Bennington Show proudly presents the Interrobang.com's 2018 Year-End Awards. End the year with comedy's greatest moments. This is your chance to vote at the Interrobang.com for Comedian of the Year, Comedy Special of the Year, Comedy Movie of the Year, and so many more. And now, from the Sirius XM studios in the heart of New York City, your host for this year's awards, Ron and Gail Bennington.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Everybody looks so fantastic, don't they?
They do.
You know, just being here for this awards and so many great comedians. But, you know, they always say it's an honor to be nominated. But in this case, it's up to your fans to vote for you. So nomination is just part of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty disappointing to lose one of these.
I feel bad for the losers.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, I will also say this. As Chris Stanley once said to me, he said, dying is easy. Comedy is hard. And I go, that's not yours, Chris. Hey, I just want to plug, and it sounds terrible to do a plug in the beginning of an award show, but New Year's Eve, I'm going to be doing the hosting the Stan's New Year's Eve pop-up show. Jim Norton, Janine Garofalo, Todd Barry, Tim Dillon, Vlad Kamano, and then Marina Franklin is doing the 10:30 show. Go to the StanNYC.com for tickets.
Nice.
Two different shows. It is, it's exciting to do this, and it's exciting we put this together. I also want to say one more time to the executive producer of this event, Vito Calise. What a job.
Great job, Vito. Great job.
Chris Stanley,
Yes.
Earl Douglas, associate producers of this.
I'll give myself a hand.
Yeah, sure. All right, I've been told I have to change that title to Underling. But make sure you go over and vote. It is it's important to all these folks to be recognized. And Gail, you wore a lovely gown, and I came in Bermuda shorts. I thought this was going to be a much more casual thing.
You know me, I'm always in Chanel.
All right, so enjoy this. Let's start it off the way we start it every single year with Gary Goldman telling us who he thinks next year's Breakout Comedian of the Year will be.
The Breakout Comedian of 2019 will be Emmy Blotnick because she is original and fresh and brilliant and a delightful human being, and I think this will be her year that everybody knows how talented and funny she is.
Gary Goldman, his Breakout Comedian of the Year is probably the one that I would have picked. Emily Blotnick is so damn funny and so incredibly hardworking. She always has new stuff.
And it's a good sign when you just hear people buzzing about that person. And
Right.
absolutely, this year I've been hearing a lot about Emmy.
I've probably followed her about 10 or 11 times down at the cellar, and every single time I forgot I was going on next. I was just watching her set. She's really funny. And here's the other thing I think that's going to make her, I would build a sitcom around her because she's very quirky, and she is the girl that you should have chased in high school instead of the prom queen. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like that's the sweet spot for
that's
female
the sweet spot.
comics. It's the best.
All right, who do we got next?
Next up, let's hear from Rich Voss picking his Breakout Comedian of the Year.
This year's Breakout Comedian. First, let me do process of elimination. I'm going to take myself and Bonnie out of the running because, you know, anything can happen with us at any point. I'm going to take out all the comics that were on vossroast.com, although everyone was great and they deserve to be the Breakout Comic of the Year. I'm going to take out new comics, although there is so many funny new comics, but can they sustain being Breakout Comedy of the Year. So, in my opinion, this comic, who is a veteran, one of the funniest people alive, I think should have been a star years ago. To me, the Breakout Comic of the Year is Jessica Kirson. Also, if anybody else says Jessica Kirson, please have them go after me so they don't think that I copied them. I'm the first to say Jessica Kirson is the Breakout Comic of the Year. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep halfway through that. That was Rich Vos talking about Jessica Kirson.
Jessica Kirsten is always my breakout comedian of the year.
She's too funny.
I love her
She
so
might
much.
be comedian of the year. She's that damn funny. It's the Year in Comedy Awards. Who's next?
Let's hear from Brad Williams picking out his breakout comedian of the year.
Hey, everybody, it's Brad Williams, and I think the breakout comedian for 2019 is Mateo Lane. You may have seen Mateo Lane on this 15-minute special on Netflix, and, man, the guy can tell jokes, he can sing, he has amazing abs, he has a well-manicured mustache, and for all these reasons, I think he's going to be a big star, and if you watch the special, you certainly know why. So look for big things from Mr. Mateo Lane in the very near future.
Well, you're preaching to the choir now, my friend.
Yeah, of course we love Mateo Lane. And also, if you want to follow his really sexy Instagram account, it's getting very sexy.
Too sexy for me.
It's reading like a Grinder account, to be honest.
I was looking at his Instagram in a restaurant, and the waitress is like, okay. Why didn't he play Freddie Mercury? Why didn't we put some big teeth on Mateo Lane?
That would have been perfect.
You know, and why wasn't he Mr. Robot? I mean, what the hell's going on here?
He'd never hide his abs under that hoodie.
Yeah. Baby is so excited
She
about
is so
this.
excited.
Yeah.
She wants to be breakout comic.
Yeah,
of the
you're
year.
breakout comic of the year, aren't you? As soon as you learn English. She's an anchor baby.
Now let's hear from Greg Stone. This is Greg Stone's.
His name is Greg Stone.
His name is Greg Stone.
I think Brendan Ayre is going to have a big year this year. Last year he had a crazy fucking attack. He tried to kill himself. Real depressing shit. But now he's back, and I honestly don't think he's going to be stoppable. So I think this year is going to really just change for him.
I think you're saying that to be kind. And you also outed him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me be the one said I tried to commit suicide. Not you, Greg.
But I do think this will cheer him up.
Yeah, now I want to meet him. How do you fail at committing suicide? Who's stopping you? It's you.
Cry for help.
Oh, is that it?
I think
But just say help. I'll be there in a heartbeat.
They couldn't use their words.
I mean, their words.
I mean, I guess whoever has to cry for help, they couldn't use their words. They need to use an action.
Okay, gotcha. Now I understand. I thought there was more than one.
Now let's get this thing started. Let's start it out with Comedian of the Year.
And now, here are your nominees for Comedian of the Year.
All right, Gail, let's do it this way. What the hell was that at the end? Let's do it this way. You read off the list of the comedians of the year, the nominees. Everybody go over and check it out at the iBang, iBang.com, and make sure you vote early and vote often. And as we get into this, Chris Stanley, you were going to have your first shot of the party?
I would love to, yes, because I have a leader of Jameson here. You know, I'm gonna take it from the bottle.
You're not going to take a shot, Gus?
I mean, I know how much is in a shot.
What are we, ice skating? We're sitting around This is something you do after you get drunk, not before.
To the year-end special.
Okay.
Yay!
Is that Earl? Did you want to do shots with him or Vito, Gail?
I'm breastfeeding.
Yes.
I could pump and dump, I suppose.
Juliet, would you like to do a little shot?
This will not be her first.
She's
thing.
teething.
No.
She's teething.
No.
She needs help.
She likes a little shot. Oh. She wishes she was doing something else. Sorry, honey, you got a working mom.
Fun, isn't it?
All right, read off the nominees.
All right, so our comedian of the year nominees are Gad Elmaleh,
Oh, Gad.
Michelle Wolf,
Whoa. Controversial.
Joe Rogan,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Big year for Joe.
Hannah Gadsby,
Oh, Nanette.
Bert Kreischer,
Bird.
Hassan Minaj,
Big year.
Son.
Katt Williams,
Cat. Every year's cat year.
Yeah.
Ali Wong,
Yes.
Ali.
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish.
Oh,
Ow!
everybody loves Tiffany. She was in every single movie this year and most of the TV shows.
And finally, Judd Apatow.
Oh.
Judd Apatow, I'd like to see that kid get a little something, a little something to perk him up, give him the strength to keep moving. I think since Chris, you did the first shot of the year,
Thank you, Ron.
is that turning into the second shot already?
I mean, look, it's we want to get it started, right? It's
Get
like
what
that,
started?
the party.
He said it. Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
He also tilts his head to the side like some kind of a cockney thing that I don't even understand.
Like instead of tilting the bottle, he tilts the head.
This is also what he does too. He does a shot of whiskey as a drink of Coke. Shot of whiskey and then a drink of Coke.
Yeah, because it tastes good. Combined, it tastes even better.
Yeah,
than alone.
no, some people combine things. No, they don't have it separately. This would be like biting into a hamburger, then a spoonful of ketchup for you. All right, you're going to start it off, Christopher.
All
What do
right.
you got?
For my comedian of the year, without a doubt, it's Mr. Katt Williams. It's been the year of the cat.
What
What
has he done big this year?
Okay, he's won an Emmy for his performance on Atlanta.
He was great in that, what was it, Alligator Man?
Alligator man.
Yeah.
He do got an alligator.
All right, that sounded racist.
He had his Netflix special, which was hysterical, Great American.
Great American, where he did a lot of local material.
First 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was all Jacksonville.
Yeah, I like that, though.
And he was only arrested once this year, and that was even later in the year.
That's sad. What was he arrested for this time?
He attacked a driver.
But you also forget he was in that big fight when he laid out Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, and Kevin Hart, and Gerard Carmichael, and Lil Rel.
And then that led to him pulling a gun out on somebody.
So look, we had great, he was great for his career and great in his personal life.
You know what? Every year is the year of the cat. You are correct about that.
And for those reasons, that's why Katt Williams
Okay.
is my comedian.
You
of
know,
the
you're
year.
not voting him off the island. Having said that, all right, over to you, Vito.
My comedian of the year is Judd Apatow. Love just had its third season. He was the executive producer of the Zen Diaries with Gary Shandling. Crashing is going into his third season. I think this was just a crazy year for him.
Well, everyone agrees, producer of the year, but what about his stand-up?
Well, he did not release a stand-up special this year.
Oh,
Katt Williams did.
That's rough. That's rough.
Poking some holes in there, Vito.
All right, Earl Douglas. What black person do you pick as your?
My black woman is Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Now, why is that, Earl?
Emmy Award winner. She won for Saturday Night Live, for hosting Saturday Night Live.
I had no idea that.
Yeah, she was one of those non-televised ones.
Oh, I don't like that. That's a stand.
It was her and Katt Williams who both got the non-televised
That's
Emmys.
very weird. This is racism.
Thank you.
Racist.
We
Anti-
finally discovered racism.
racism and anti-comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
she,
the
there's
worst thing.
There's always anti-comedy in fucking show business.
she's on the show, The Last OG with Tracy
Love it.
Morgan.
And she kind of plays that straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
plays
and-
it straight, but every once in a while, the old self kind of rears its ugly head.
Yeah.
Really,
Also, she's so damn beautiful. Is that an unwoke thing to say? Because Kat's beautiful too.
Hell yeah.
She hosted the VMAs. Of course, she did a lot of movies this year.
She has movies that you don't even know.
I know.
Like The Oath. I saw a trailer for it once, I think. And then I never heard about it again. She's just in everything.
She's in a lot of stuff.
And she always steals it on when she makes talk show appearances, and she's on the short list for hosting all the major award shows.
Really? Okay. All right, Gail, what do you have?
My comedian of the year hosted The Break on Netflix. She is also the host of the Correspondence Dinner. Trump didn't show up, and I believe is going to be the last comic to ever do it, and that's Michelle Wolf.
Yes.
I think you've got to put her as comedian of the year. She topped the news. I think she became a household name this year.
And also, she's just a machine, man.
She really
just
is.
has such great comedy.
And I think she's also one of those comics that you talk to other stand-ups and they have nothing but like a tremendous amount of respect for her and are always talking her up about her, like how hard she works and how much she puts it out there.
Yeah, she's just great. Everything about her is just great. Look who doesn't like her very much.
She's pro-Trump is a thing.
Yeah.
She didn't like that smoky eye comment.
Earl, don't you try to hush Gail when she's talking. You know, women have every right to talk these days. All right, I shouldn't have went last because now it looks like I'm the one dropping at other people. Ali Wong had just such an amazing year. Joe Rogan's the biggest thing you could possibly do. If you're selling a book or anything, go on Joe Rogan's show and get rich. Hassan had an unbelievable year. Hannah Gadsby probably had the most talked about special of the year. But I'm going to go with the guy who has just worked it for so long. His Netflix special was amazing and had the simple best ending to any special I've ever seen in my life. And he does it all without wearing a shirt. I just think that he's terrific, and everybody in the country thinks that this is their best friend, Bert Kreischer. I thought, and I'm doing that simply on special alone, unlike you people who are always looking to bring stuff in from the side. I'm a purist, okay? I'm an old blues man. And that special, I mean, his children are never going to talk to him again. His wife should divorce him. I mean, people talk about edgy. He laid out every personal detail of his and his family's life and never took a break. I mean, a lot of people are very casual in their specials, but Bert's special is just like watching a puncher. I mean, he comes out like Joe Frazier and he stays that way. It's a really great special. He did it in Philly. But anybody that's on this list could win because it's just it's an unbelievably solid list. So go to the Interrobang.com and make sure you vote. Tweet it out to your friends. Put it out there. It's always great to see who wins these. And this is one of the first years. Oh, by the way, let me just say this. The fact that Gad works in a different language than the one that he grew up in might be the most difficult thing I've ever heard of in my life. Think of one American comic who could go to France, learn the language, and be funny. It's impossible. So again, Bert Kreischer, Gad Elmaleh, Gad Elmaleh, Joe Rogan, Judd Apatow, Hannah Gadsby, Hassan Minhaj, Michelle Wolf, Tiffany Haddish, Katt Williams, and Ali Wong, who just owns the whole goddamn game right now. I mean, she has made an audience out of nothing. It's just purely her audience.
And the fact that she could have a follow-up to that first special. I mean, that first special came out and it was just so shocking and everyone was crazy about it. And then she had a second special and just followed it up. It was just as solid, just as funny, just as talked about.
I also think, I don't know if she's ever going to do another special because I can't see her getting pregnant again. Two's plenty, two's a big family these days. You see what we're going through here with one. Just literally ruining the special. Chris Stanley,
Yes.
Enjoying yourself today?
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
'Cause to the comedians of the year, all.
To the comedians of the year, all. Yeah.
You all deserve it, but especially Katt Williams in my personal
All
opinion.
right, let's not. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You had your chance. You made your case. You're like Rudy Giuliani. Every time I turn around, you're screaming for your boy. So that's Comedian of the Year. Shocked that we started it with the big prize, but very, very exciting, you know? So we've got so many more to do, but you've already heard the Comedian of the Year. Go over to the iBang and vote now.
Let's get into some more comedians picking their breakout comedians of 2019.
Okay, I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is coming out of New Jersey. I'm Canadian, but, you know, my heart is in New Jersey. And the breakout comedian is going to be Allie Mae Brand of New Jersey.
Bonnie McFarlane, you know, I think that if you should say, I'm in New Jersey, but my heart is in Canada. Not I'm Canadian, but my heart is in New Jersey. Allie Mae Brand, let's go next to Michael Yo.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be Fahim Anwar. I see him perform all over Los Angeles. He absolutely crushes it at the Comedy Store. He does some projects on Comedy Central with Hassan Minaj, and this dude is so talented, one of the most brilliant writers I've ever met or seen live on stage. So Fahim Anwar, look out for him.
All right, let's hear Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham's breakout comedian of the year.
Caperland. I love Caperland. I think she's going to break out. And she's already kind of broken out, but I think she's on a rocket ship.
I hope Bo Burnham gets out of that well that he obviously was in when you were talking to him. But Caperland on a rocket ship.
He's in a well, she's on a rocket ship.
It's all great.
But I highly agree because Kate Berlant is a fantastic talent. She's
Yeah, she is.
unbelievable.
Probably too big already to be in this. She's been in movies and TV shows. Going to break out now from what? Into what? Oculus?
Now let's hear from Brent Moran, his breakout comedian of the year.
I would say the breakout comedian of 2019 would be Jason Collins, just because he's a funny guy. A lot of people know, but he hasn't really blown up yet. He's been opening for me the last year, and he's just wildly talented. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating.
I don't know if it's fair to pick your opening act. You know what I mean?
It's cheating.
Yeah, it is cheating.
Because then, like, that means you'll get bigger. They're getting bigger.
Everything works out for everybody. Dave Hill, who is always the most well-dressed comedian working, picks his breakout comedian of the year.
I think the breakout comic of 2019 is going to be Claire O'Kane. She's totally hilarious and weird and unique. And if you don't think she's funny, I'll stab you.
Oh my God, no, Dave.
Save that for
No,
Dateline.
Dave. But I do agree with him on one thing. Claire O'Kane is a huge talent. She's super fantastic. I had her as a guest on Gail Meets Girls and met her on The Best Show with Tom Sharpling, and she's so funny.
Great show business name, Claire
Yeah,
O'Kane.
perfect.
Yeah, I wish it was my name.
You can change it if you want.
I don't want
You want
to
to be
now.
Ron O'Kane?
Claire. Anthony DeVito. Let's hope he doesn't pick Greg Stone again.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be Sam Evans. He is he's like one of the funniest comics in New York City that I feel like is slept on. And I might have also said he was the breakout comedian of 2018, but I think this year is definitely his year. So yeah, that's the way I think it's going to be.
Well, Anthony, check your notes. And second, don't talk while you're riding a bicycle. It's very, very dangerous. Oh, that baby, huh?
She doesn't like Anthony DeVito.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't get along with anybody right now, it seems like. Before we get into movie of the year, Chris Stanley, you said you wanted to give a toast.
I want to give a toast out to all the Celluride comedic films that we're going to be talking about in the next few moments. because I love them all, really. But there's one I love more than others. To the movies of the year.
I'm going to ask everybody else, what's he mean by Celluloid?
No idea.
Telluride? Celluloid.
Celluloid.
I combined celluloid, whatever.
What did you do?
I combined Telluride, like the festival, and celluloid.
This has nothing to do with Telluride. Nothing whatsoever.
It's okay.
I know it's okay. I realize we're not working with plutonium here. Your mistake will not cause a meltdown.
Good.
But I'm just saying there was no reason in the world to bring it up an obscure movie festival that we are not affiliated with.
No, not at all.
We should point that out.
Yeah.
We have no right to use that, let alone to call them Celluloid.
That's I just saw Vito's eyebrow go up. Like, what did he say? Said something was rude.
Could you give us another appropriate toast?
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to give a toast to the Bennington Show, to the Interrobang.com, to Jameson whiskey especially.
All right.
Sippy sip sip.
All right. That's silliness. All right, let's get into the Celluloid Comedy Movie of the Year. I'll read off the list of these. I'm saying it for the first time. I always refuse. Oh, we have somebody to read off the list?
We have an announcement to play.
And now, here are your nominees for Comedy Movie of the Year.
Oh, he's not going to read them off?
No. For Celluloid Movie of the Year.
Who needs them then? All right, here are the nominees. Stan and Ollie. Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Crazy Rich Asians. Sorry to Bother You.
That's okay.
Black Klansmen. That's good, Earl. Don't Worry, He Won't Get Too Far on Foot. The Year of Spectacular Men. Blockers. Boy, we're getting a little desperate here, right? Tag. And Deadpool 2.
Woo!
Oh.
Deadpool 2!
I'm going to tell you, there started to be a little filler in this thing. Let's start it off with Earl. Earl, I know this is difficult because you have two black movies to choose between.
Very difficult choice between said two black movies.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Sorry to Bother You.
Wow.
It was the wildest thing I'd ever seen. It was the craziest movie. It was debut from writer-director Boots Riley. Had a plot that kind of ties in with the times, and then it goes into this whole other different direction that you really don't see coming. Great performances by Lakeith Stanfield, and I think a breakout star of the year was Tessa Thompson, who's always great in all the roles she's done. But
and so beautiful.
Yes, and
Mention it.
the chemistry between the two of them is fantastic, and I absolutely love this movie.
You were crazy about it, huh?
Loved it.
Anybody else like this movie?
I loved the first half.
Same.
Loved the first half. The second that thing happened, I was out.
No spoilers,
Yeah.
but it did take a turn.
And that's when Earl said no one saw it coming. Why would they? I'll say this. I saw this movie and loved the popcorn and red licorice that I got. It was quacktastic. Let's go to you, Vito.
My movie of the year is
comedy movie.
My comedy movie of the year is gonna have to be Tag. I saw it on demand, and
Tell me you're kidding.
I did not expect to like it at all, and it was funnier than I thought it was gonna be.
It would have to be.
The action sequences, just
by action, you mean grown men playing tag?
Grown men playing tag, but like in an action setup. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Maybe my expectations were so low that it just shocked me, but it was really funny. And Hannibal Buress is great in it. John Hamm does the typical like kind of.
Do you realize you've already talked more about this film than the director could? The director, I actually saw his quote. I did it for money. By the way, I'm saying this as a man who never even saw the film, and I feel that strongly about it. Gail, what do you have for your comedy movie of the year?
My comedy movie of the year has to go to Black Klansman. A fantastic Spike Lee joint. Juliet's first movie.
Oh, congratulations, Juliet.
It was just a really fantastic film. Smart, really funny dialogue into really intense drama, into just a heartbreaking ending. John David Washington was incredible in it. Adam Driver was fantastic. Topher Grace, I feel, played it a little too well. Concerned.
He
was very comfortable.
That's very
in that role.
Topher. Yeah. Let's go to Chris Stanley. What is your comedy movie of the year?
My comedy movie of the year would be Gus Van Zant's "Don't Worry, He Won't Get Too Far on Foot," with the lovely, wonderful, talented Joaquin Phoenix.
Now, what is it that you liked about this film?
I thought it was dark and it was funny and it was a sad story, but ultimately there were plenty of laughs in it. And then I just love watching Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, I struggled through this movie only because I have a phobia about being paralyzed, and there was some really extreme scenes of how difficult it is just to do whatever. So I don't remember laughing. I don't really remember laughing at Black Klansman, although I thought it was really, really a great movie. I didn't really think of it that much as a comedy.
There was some very funny dialogue in it, but it's like that funny mixed with tense.
I'd say dramedy, maybe.
You're just trying to think of things to say. I mean, you don't mean it. Or was it a comma? Which was it, a dramedy or a comma? All right, I thought because I was going last, I was going to have to dig in deep, but you guys have made this very, very easy on me, and that's the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I mean, come on. It's easily the funniest movie of the year.
Yeah, there was some really, really funny moments in that movie, but it's just overall, it was smart and unique, and
it was just great. I mean, it was actually a comedy. I mean, I know it didn't have a lot of black people or paralyzed people, so maybe it's not as woke as your movies. But it was actually, in a lot of ways, a really old-fashioned movie, and it was just it was great. And I remember when I heard that these guys were releasing it on Netflix, I was very disappointed. I'm like, okay, here's a throwaway project for them. They're not going to really care about this. It's great.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Beautifully shot, too.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you.
Really, really
I appreciate it.
Oh, that was you?
You know, I'm just saying I was thinking about how badly shot Sorry to Bother You was. And
I'm going to say that Ballad of Buster Scruggs is the best Netflix movie released on Netflix. And like you said, throwaway everything. Yeah, ever. Every other movie released on Netflix is literally a throwaway piece of garbage.
Oh boy, here goes the whiskey.
Look to the Coen brothers and Gus Van Sant, my pick. And the paralyzed Americans of the United States.
Oh, God, no.
All right, you hit 3 already.
Yeah, come on.
Pacing. It's a long show.
Call me Indiana Pacers right now.
I'm not going to call you that.
Reggie Miller
That's
over
what
here.
he wants to be called, Ron.
I'll go, oh, this is my friend Indiana Pacers. They're like, why do you call it that? I go, he really paces his whiskey drinking.
A couple years ago.
Yeah.
He paced his whiskey so well.
All right, so that was the comedy movie of the year. You can vote on this, and of course, comedian of the year, so many other things. Go to the iBang.com. Make sure you tweet it out to your friends, text it to your friends, hashtag it, Instagram it,
sext it.
Yeah, I've started an AOL chat room.
Oh, nice.
And I want
Okay.
everybody to come in. I'm the moderator, so be careful. I have the ability to kick you out.
Tough but fair.
Don't toss me out of this room.
All right, let's go into some more comedians picking Breakout Comedian of 2019.
All right, I think the Breakout Comedian of 2019 is going to be Paul Virzi. He just had a killer special on Comedy Central that broke all their streaming records, and he's already, selling more tickets at the clubs. He's doing the work, And he has that thing. So that's my pick. Paul Virzi, 2019. Dude, I called it.
That was Bill Burr picking Breakout Comedian of the Year and giving the bump to Paul Virzi.
Love Paul Virzi.
Yes.
So much fun. So much fun. Next, here comes Andrew Schultz.
I think the breakout comic of 2019 is Akash Singh. He is my favorite comic. He is absolutely hilarious. He's got an amazing podcast called Flagrant 2. Incredible. I would say the best podcast out. Everybody should go listen to it. But yeah, you guys got to definitely check out Akash Singh. That's my guy for 2019. Boom. I think
the best podcast out there. Forget about it. I'm going to go listen to it right now then.
Oh my God, I'm going to have to add that to 100 other podcasts.
Here's a man who came to New York. We all fell in love with him, and then he just disappeared during the night, went back to the West Coast. Everybody's favorite, Duncan Trussell.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019, even though the year isn't going to come, is Jay Weingarten. He is a brilliant, absurdist comedian. I think he was an anthropologist or a doctor or something, but now he's doing comedy. And I don't know, you just go to his Twitter and see he's just a genius. He's kind of indescribable. Jay Weingarten for sure.
Well, Duncan, you did a great job describing the indescribable.
Next up, we have Daniel Sloss picking his Breakout Comedian of the Year.
The comedian I think that's going to break out is Kai Humphries. He's been my tour support for 8 years because he's funnier than I am. Well, that's not true. I'm hilarious. But he's very, very good. And yeah, now we're going to tour a bit more, and hope that means the rest of the world's going to get to see him a bit more. He's got some TV stuff coming up, so him.
He's the tour support. We don't have that in this country. We don't have tour support.
I will say Accent of the Year goes to Daniel Sloss.
Yeah, everybody loves that. Everybody's crazy about that. Casey Balsam.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be my dear friend Rosebud Baker, because she's a maniac, and I think she will force it upon the people to become a big star very soon. And I love her, and she deserves it.
Perfect. I know somebody else.
Oh, my God. You know what? I have noticed that as Chris has been drinking, the production has gotten worse.
Oh, no.
Is it crazy that he should maybe not be the drinking guy and also in that position?
Yeah, we're going to switch soon.
Now you're mad instead.
No, I'm not mad.
The guy's sitting here drinking. I mean, he drank a toast to you. He drank one to Earl.
He loves you, Vito. He
I'm
just
not
needs your
mad.
support.
Do you need another toast?
The kind of support
I would
that-
like another toast. It would make me feel better.
To Vito Khaleesi.
That's not a toast to me.
For putting all this together, talking to Daniel Slosses, the Duncan Trussells, the Schultzes, the Bill Burrs, the Balshams.
Chris, you're sweating quite a bit.
That's what everyone calls Andrew Schultz. Schultze.
No one does. One of my favorite comedians is going to be talking about another one of my favorite comedians. This is Godfrey.
I think the breakout comedian for 2019 will be Monroe Martin, because what I like about Monroe, he's very abstract. He's just very different in his voice. You know, you see this big 6'5" black dude, but he's just a big ass nerd who has edge to him, and he doesn't give a damn. And I love that. And he pushes the envelope, and his stuff is very, very alty yet hip at the same time. And he can do any kind of audience. So that is my breakout guy for 2019, Monroe Martin.
Monroe Martin is so funny and never does the same material or a joke the same way. And I don't know if that's even choice.
Juju loves this pick.
Oh,
Monroe
God, we
Martin.
all love Monroe. We all love North Philadelphia's Monroe Martin. All right, time to jump into the year in comedy. And this is the Innovators of Comedy.
2019's biggest innovators in comedy.
All right, it's the Innovators in Comedy. And let's start this off with Chris Stanley, your pick of one of the innovators of comedy this year.
I'm going to say it was just earlier in the year, Mr. Fred Armisen for his special Drummers Only on Netflix.
Now, what is it you liked about this special,
I like
Chris?
that he made a special of all material. I didn't get all of it because I'm not a drummer, because it was just special. It was material for drummers to an audience of drummers.
I thought it was a funny idea. Would have made a nice sketch. But did I have an hour to give it? No.
I appreciate him going for it.
I always think of Fred Armisen, and I love him, but as Paprika.
You just want a dash.
Yeah, just a dash of it. Just a little bit. And I'd like to see somebody do something for bass players. It's not fair.
I know, it's only right.
Chris Stanley, you've been drinking throughout the entire show.
Yes, I have.
You're saying goodbye to 2018.
See you in hell.
And hello to 2019.
2019, I look forward to all the treasures you bring and the pleasures you'll give me. To 2019, everyone. And all the treasures and pleasures that they'll give to you.
Okay. You felt like you had to rush that in, but it wasn't necessary.
We felt like you were so
Yeah.
selfish when you said you were getting treasures and pleasures. But now I feel like I'm going to get some too.
Is your treasure your girlfriend? Is she one of your pleasures?
She's both, Brian B. She is both.
And where is her pleasure spot, Chris?
I won't be talking about that.
Yeah.
But don't.
The
butt. What?
Smart. That's edgy, and that's 2019. He all about that butt. Good for you, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Earl Douglas,
Yes.
you have an innovator of the year.
I'm going to give it to Netflix for inventing the 15-minute special.
So hold on, you're going to give it to a corporation.
Boo.
Thank you, Chris.
Boo. But I'm just saying. But
Bill, you had real love. You had true love.
But the 15-minute special is perfect for, the comedian that is on the rise, but may not be ready for that full time, or if you
Be
just
ready
have,
for what full time? Mate?
that full hour yet. I mean, it's a great way, and also it kind of takes not a stab at, but people don't have that much time, maybe not to sit through an hour special, but maybe have only 15 minutes. Also gives the comedian the work on, you know what, this is my best 15. I'm just going to put it out
I
there.
couldn't agree more with that. You know what I mean? I like to see him starting to do the 6-minute special.
I prefer hour-long hyper niche
Yeah.
specials.
Completely.
I mean, if we could have 15 minutes about drumming, I might have liked it. Now, but here's the thing, and this always bothered me about an hour special. At 50 minutes, you don't remember the first 15 minutes you laughed about. You know what I mean? Like with the 15 minute, you go, hey, did you hear that bit?
Right.
I got this new guy. Oh, how I love this new guy. And then you bring him up. So you're right to give out your corporate award.
Your corporate bump of the year.
Let me ask you something. U.S. Steel didn't have anything you wanted to take a look at? AT&T? Gail, what do you have for innovators of comedy?
Well, my innovator of comedy was a fantastic event that hit the Moon Tower Festival in Austin, Texas in 2018. And that was Judah Friedlander holding his 2020 press conference. Absolutely fantastic. And it was fun for me because I didn't get to make it out to the comedy festival this year and was absolutely hysterical. I was so jealous as soon as I heard it.
I mean, Judah did a good job, but Vito blowing up the balloons seconds after getting off a plane.
That was one of the most fun things I've ever been a part of. It was insane. Like the crowd was going nuts, just screaming for an hour straight.
The amount of chanting
Everybody
was
is so into it. It was a crazy
It
experience.
sounded like so much fun. It was such a blast. And I kind of feel like, it was a jump start to like, let's think outside the box for specials, what kind of shows we can do. And it was absolutely brilliant. And you guys all did a fantastic job.
Did There's hiccups. I got her close for her hiccups. It's adorable. Her and Chris Stanley are in the same place right
You
now.
haven't given her any, have
To
you?
Juliet.
Oh, that's nice. What would you like to say about her?
To Juliet, I hope you have everything you ever want in life and a long and healthy one. To Juliet Bennington.
It's not her last name, but thank you.
It was kind of derivative of his treasures and pleasures.
I'm not going to tell a baby to have treasures and pleasures. That seems off.
Oh, the butt stuff, you mean?
Whoa! No!
Oh, she did not like that
Oh.
joke. That was gross.
What a bad man.
I'm sorry, Juliet.
Yeah, I'll take you from the bad man. It's okay.
I'm sorry, Juliet.
Yeah.
Drunky Monster's not going to hurt you, honey. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Lighten up, would you, dude? Oh, God, she slobbered all over my mic. Did she get hiccups so bad that she started crying?
Yeah, I think she did.
Let's see. Whose turn is it now? Is it my turn or is there somebody else? Vito, you
I
haven't
did
done?
not go yet. And I want to throw in the Zen Diaries of Gary Shandling.
Mm.
If you saw this documentary on HBO, it was just, it was incredible. One of the better documentaries I've seen. Just the idea of going through his diaries, his journals, and just reading it all and showing it to fans. I've loved Gary Shandling my whole life. I grew up watching Larry Sanders Show and It's Gary Shandling Show on DVDs, and it was just so much fun.
Well, I lived it, dude.
You're really having an Apatow year this year. You know that?
This is my year of Apatow.
Now,
You got a big appetite for Apatow.
that won an award, an Emmy Award, and the co-director with Judd Apatow is a very good friend of Gail's.
Yes, Mike Bonfiglio also worked on that film. Yeah.
You ever go like this to him? Hey, Mikey Bonfiglio. Hey, Mikey Bonfiglio. All right, so I'm looking this over, and Innovators of Comedy. I'm going to go with my favorite moment of this year, and that was the opening of the National Comedy Center. If I had to recommend a weekend trip or a week trip for anybody, it would be to head to the National Comedy Center. There's such amazing stuff there. And the opening year was just fantastic. And I just see it getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I brought it up a lot last year, and I'm going to hopefully get back there again next summer. But it's just the most fun you can have. And finally, comedy, right? Finally, comedy is getting their own museum, and it's just terrific.
I think that it's absolutely one of those things that kind of is legitimizing it as an art form. It's finally giving it its due.
And yes, Gail, it would be something for you, like the women in comedy and some of the even mothers like Lucille Ball or Carol Burnett who are able to go out and follow their dreams. Earl, you would love it for the dirty black comics down in the Blue Room where they do their cursing and their F-bombs. Vito, you would love it for some of the Italian comedians that come along over the year, like a Pat Cooper. And Chris, you would like it. There's the special sections of the alcoholics of comedy.
Perfect.
Yeah. And let's not forget drug addiction as well.
Oh, that's even better.
So I lift my glass to you, Chris.
Ron, I lift my bottle to you.
Oh, you do? You
Yes.
still haven't drank from a
No cups
glass.
for this guy.
Yeah.
Look, to Ron Bennington and the National Comedy Center. And you know what? And to the Jim Gaffigan hologram. This is to you.
Why do you feel like drinking and moaning through it is something for anybody?
It's because I can't help myself in the moan part because it tastes good. It makes me, physically feel better.
Yeah, I guess it does. Well, did that come back up on your side? That come back up? This is the year in comedy.
Bennington will be right back. Coming up, we've got the special of the year and the biggest news stories of 2018 and your pick for best late night host of 2018.
The country's best stand-ups pick the breakout comedian of 2019.
My pick for 2019 is Caitlin Warehouser. I know her from my time in Portland, and she just was a new face in Montreal. She's in a Disney movie that's coming out, playing some sort of butch camp counselor. I don't know, but she just crushes, and with the silliest kind of shit. I think a good intro is listen to Kyle Kinane's podcast with her on it. It's probably the hardest I've ever heard Kyle laugh because she's telling the story of her childhood, which is literally growing up with a pack of wolves in rural Oregon. She's super funny. Caitlin Warehouser is the best.
That was Amy Miller, and that was music to my ears to hear her speak.
She's so great.
And I feel like that sounds fantastic. I'm checking out Caitlin Warehouse.
Here goes Adam Ray.
I think the breakout comic of 2019 is going to be Sandy Danto. He's fresh. He's got a unique look. Some say a cross between John Belushi and Janine Garofalo, which is always something we need more of. His delivery is unique and unlike a lot of comics that I've seen. He gets up multiple times every night, travels with a bunch of different headliners, and which I always think is a good way to develop a really strong flavor for your own voice, because you're getting exposed to lots of different audiences. And he makes me laugh a lot on and off stage, which I think is key for a comic, to not just be funny on stage, just to be funny off. So my comedian breakout star of 2019 is Sandy Danto.
Next, let's hear from Nico White picking Breakout Comedian of the Year.
Hey, now, I think the breakout star of 2019 will be, there's two of them. First one is Alex Babbitt. The other one is Phil Hunt. Alex Babbitt because he's young, he's incredibly funny, and the dude has a very good storytelling energy to him that I think a lot of people gravitate to. And Phil Hunt's one of the best joke writers in New York City, period.
One per comic from now on, okay? You don't get to pick two. Here's our buddy Chris DiStefano with his breakout comedian of the year.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be Giannis Pappas, because he's a cute fucking kid and he's got a cute little butt.
All right, Chris DiStefano picking his partner in his hilarious web series, The Bay Ridge Boys, Giannis Pappas. Up next is Giannis Pappas. Let's guess who he's going to pick.
My breakout comedian of the year, Katie Hannigan. She's very funny, very unique, and I just feel like her uniqueness is going to push her towards the front. Katie Hannigan.
Wow, Giannis, that was cold.
He broke
cold
his heart. I
Yeah.
mean, he said he was cute and everything.
Not even talking about his own cousin. Hey, cuz. Bay Ridge Boys. Let's jump into Special of the Year and introducing that, our own Chris Stanley. We'll lay that out.
And now, here are your nominees for Comedy Special of the Year.
First, I'd like to give a toast to everyone who's part of the specials of the year.
Specials?
This is to you guys and ladies. First and foremost, Mr. Chris Rockford Tambourine.
Way to go, Rock.
Next, Gad Elmaleh for American Dream.
Dad.
John Mulaney for Kid Gorgeous at Radio City. Ali Wong for Hard Knock Life.
It's a Hard Knock Life.
For us, Bert Kreischer, Secret Time.
Oh, Bert's Secret Time.
Joe Rogan for Strange Time.
Nice, Joe.
Hannah Gadsby for Net.
Net?
Nanette. It's the name of that special.
Nothing but Net.
Nothing but Net by Hannah Gadsby. Paul Virzi, I'll say this.
Yeah, Paul.
Congratulations, Paul.
The Year of the Cat, Katt Williams, Great America.
The Year of the Cat.
And finally, your last special nominated, Daniel Sloss for Dark/Jigsaw.
Would you like to say a little something about the specials, Chris?
I'd like to thank
a toast or anything.
This is to everyone. This is to everyone's part of this.
Here's to the winners.
Here's to the winners.
We are the champions.
We are the champions. Get the Elmalays, the Rogans, the Gatsbys, the Virzis, the Williams, the Slosses, the Elmalays, the Mulaney's, the Wongs, the Rocks, the Chrysers, the Rogans. You guys made it. You guys got nominated. One of you are going to win. I have a personal choice. I'll say that a little later.
Well, we'll all give our own choices, but remember, you can go and vote on the Interrobang.com. That's the iBang.com. Make sure you vote in all the categories, but this one's special of the year, and we'll let Chris Stanley pick his special of the year with a toast.
To internet democracy, to the online vote, to going to the Interrobang.com. I'm going to be going to the Interrobang.com early and often and voting every day for Mr. Katt Williams' special, Great America.
You're the cat.
You're the cat.
Are the goddamn cat.
Meow.
Look, he's fucking out in the world. He's not locked up. He's got a great special. He's talking shit about everyone that matters. And that special was hysterical.
Done out of Freakville, J-Town, West Side, Best Side, Allman Brothers, Jacksonville. Let's go to Vito now. Who are you picking, Vito, as your special of the year?
My special of the year is Tambourine by Chris Rock. I got to see him do the material at Barclays Center. I loved it. I had always wanted to see Chris Rock live, and it was amazing getting to see him just do another special because he was the first.
Can I just I'm going to pull the curtain back and say, before we did this segment, Vito said, let's all say what we want to do. And I go, we don't need to do that. He goes, yes, it works out better when we do that. So we all said what we were going to pick. Earl picked this special, and Vito took it from him.
Vito always just hated Earl.
Yeah. Is there such a racist slur that's called Italian giver?
There is now.
Did you forget, Vito?
Yes, I did.
Well, you went to see this. That's why it was so important to you.
Yes. I'm sorry. I completely.
Can I just say this and let you know what Earl's going through?
Yeah.
2 people picked before him. They both took black specials. You know Earl likes to support the community.
Oh, no.
There's not many more minorities left in this list. Look, I could have grabbed anyone from that audience and brought him in here and have him say Chris Rock Tambourine.
What audience?
The audience that he went to. The
Okay.
Tambourine show.
Yeah. Listen while I play my green tambourine. She's feisty today,
She's
huh?
so feisty.
Yeah. Oh, she's being good, though. Yeah. You have a special yet? Some kind of baby special? What do you pick, Elmo? Is Elmo your favorite? Huh? Who do you like, Cecil and Beanie Boy? Yay!
Hi.
She loves the mic.
Oh, yeah.
She does.
She's like you, Earl. She lives for the mic. What if she took Earl's other pick?
Please, Juliet, do that.
Earl, both your specials were taken away from you. The last one by an Italian. What is
There's
your
an Italian special.
There is.
Yeah, the Italian special is gobble go. Earl, do you have Earl, do you have anything for us?
I was going to go with the Tambourine by Chris Rock, mainly because
you can't now. Somebody took it.
Sorry.
Oh, and then I would have to go with Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Whoa.
Good call.
Strange times.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, I mean, not afraid.
Not afraid.
Not afraid
Never
at
scared.
all.
Yeah.
Never scared to take
Puts
on.
out the other F-bomb. Says he's going to keep on using it.
But, I mean, the fact that... but here we are.
Hold on. I just got to take this text from Fez.
Oh, he heard.
He goes, maybe I'll do a special saying how great the N-bomb is.
The M-Bomb Chronicles.
But
No, you pick yourself. Don't let the internet backlash get to you.
I mean, but as far as, exercising the free speech aspect of it, it was pretty He
no,
took it then.
he's owning it all, and
like
he
it
is
or
really-
don't like it. He went there and he took it, and he's holding on to it.
He is
And-
holding on to it. And you know he's in his own world. He's next level. Congratulations to him. Gail, what about for you?
I think I'm gonna have to go for special of the year. I honestly think it was the most talked about special, the most controversy. Completely split people right down the middle, whether they loved it or were just confused by it.
Gotcha, Kreischer.
No, I'm going with Nanette by Hannah Gadsby. I mean, it came out of nowhere. It was like suddenly people were just saying, have you seen Nanette? What do you think of Nanette? It was like you had to hop on it quick and have an opinion because people were talking about it like crazy. Obviously, I don't think that there's ever been a special like it, and I don't think that you could do anything even similar to it again.
You know, I honestly need to go back and rewatch this just to see what she did because I remember seeing it. There was certain things that I disagreed while I'm watching it, but I don't need to agree with something to be funny. And then when she said this isn't this isn't comedy anymore, I was like, yeah, I agree. And but I thought it was fascinating.
I thought it was really fascinating, and I also thought it was interesting the comics who came forward who were just so angry and furious about it, because I kind of just think that anybody who's doing something different than you is like not in your wheelhouse is a good thing. You know, you would think, hey, she does a different kind of comedy, but it was really interesting. The comics that I saw come forward and say this is one of the most interesting specials I've ever seen. I thought it was really bold. And then there were tons of comics who were just like, this is like the destruction of comedy.
Even more that didn't say it publicly. Like I know two major comedians who expressed borderline anger to me, but they're not saying it public. But then I know some really great comedians saying it's the best ever, or it's fascinating, or it's a nice new starting point. Like I said, I really want to go back and just sit back a little bit and watch it now to see what I think of it. All right, I'm going to pick this special that I believe is going to win. And I'm going to take Bert Kreischer in his special. I picked him as Comedian of the Year. It was edgy, funny, strong. By the way, Vito, just so you know, you were going to pick Virzi, and I would have also. I thought I might pick Virzi, but since you went over, but I'll just say because I've talked about Kreischer before, and his special is just amazing. But I watched Paul Virzi put a lot of this special together down at the stand, and I'm very, very proud of him for being able to pull that off. And of course, Bert Kreischer, I believe, is Comedian of the Year, and the special is really strong. So both those guys, you know what I mean? I took the one that Vito, because he backed out. I wanted to see Virzi get that love that he deserved. Really. And then Bert Kreischer, the guy that I planned on picking the whole time. But I really think it has to go to Chris Rock. Because
the tambourine man to Chris Rock.
Listen while I play. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, take you away from Earl. Are you drinking?
I had a sip for the split the vote.
Yeah, split the vote. They used to say rock the vote. We say split the vote.
But Vito shit the vote.
All right.
Can I also throw in Juju's special of the year? It was the first special that she ever watched as a newborn baby, and that's Hard Knock Wife by Ali Wong, which is all about, her first special, of course, was about pregnancy. Her second special was about having a newborn and being a new mom and everything that she kind of went through that year. So that is Juju's pick for.
You know what I think is funny about Ali Wong is we're already taking her for granted. Like if someone brings her up, I'm like, yeah, I know she's great. Stop preaching to the choir.
And I will tell you, so many women, like new moms that I met, were like, definitely make sure you watch Hard Knock Wife. Like, it's still, people are still talking about her,
Right.
and this special really, I think it was the case with her first one is she's reaching people who maybe weren't even comedy fans before that.
Dude, I remember, and this is right after her first special, like the summer after that. And we were all at Moon Tower in Austin. And I'm walking down the street, and hundreds and then thousands of beautiful Asian women were walking towards us. And I'm like, what is going on? And they were all going Ali Wong special. And I'm like, how far are we where you would normally find an Asian comedian? We're in Austin. They must have had every Asian in Texas. But it's Asians, but it's also like working mom Asian, single Asian chicks. Just really, I mean, she's got to have the most attractive audience that there is.
Milfy.
On the other side, take a good look at that audience in Philly who showed up to see Chrysler. Holy shit. Is that a thuggish looking group? I'm like, what is he doing, the Johnny Cash thing? He's doing this from San Quentin? No. These were people who weren't even in prison yet. This is, by the way, having a great time, and Vito and Earl, you've done a wonderful job. But Chris Stanley, the guy who's been drinking his way through this special,
I'm powering through, Ron. Somehow I'm able to do this. And you know what? I want to give a toast to you, Ron Bennington.
Oh, thank you.
You know what? Thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for putting this special on. Thank you for being a mentor. Thank you for being the man.
Well, if I was a mentor, you'd listen to me.
You probably wouldn't be drinking at work.
Yeah. I've tried to take you to several meetings. I don't think of myself as a mentor to you.
You're the man, though.
Parole officer, jailer, any of those. I could.
Public defender.
Yeah.
Good one, Earl. Now let's get into some comedians picking their breakout comedians of 2019.
I think my pick for breakout comedian of 2019 is Luke Monet. He's absolutely hilarious. I love watching him on stage. He's got these bits that go off into these weird directions that they're just so funny and fantastical to see. And he just released a web series on Comedy Central called Genies, which is really funny, and I think he's going to have a great year. Also, Katie Hannigan is so fucking funny and original and unique, and there's no one else like her. And she was in JFL this year, Late Show with Stephen Colbert. I can't wait to see where she goes, and it's going to be a great year. So, thank you.
Is that the second person who picked Katie Hannigan? Seems like she's the up-and-comer. She's the one to beat. And that's Ian Finance, who I guess I would say is Vito's favorite comedian of the year with his Italian jokes. Speaking of Italians, it's Paul Virzi.
I think the breakout comedian in 2019 is going to be Robbie Slovic. Dude just gets better and better every time I see him. He recorded a Monster Hour, which is going to be released next year. So every time I see him, it's just jokes smarter, funnier. So that's my pick.
Ted Alexandro, and I hope he picks Louis C.K.
I think the comedian that's going to break out in 2019 is Jim Twos. I love Jim. I've known him for probably about 10 years. He's got a podcast called Quitting Comedy, ironically, but I don't think he plans on quitting anytime soon. But yeah, Jim is just funny. He's got a unique point of view, kind of dry. Yeah, check Jim Twos out if you haven't.
Love Jim Twos.
Me too. I love him.
Let's see who Mateo Lane picks.
So my pick for the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be Christy Cello. I think the world of this comedian, and I think she's one of these people that has so much talent and so much raw talent that we haven't even began to scratch the surface of what she's capable of doing. Not just her voice work, but she's also a singer and she's an actress and she works so hard on her craft. She, to me, is someone who is someone to look out for in 2019. I think she's going to have a really big year, and I'm really excited to see what happens to her, and I love her very much. So you guys should all check out Christy Cello.
Mateo Lane picking Christy Cello.
I'll
my God, Mateo, thank you so much for picking me. This is crazy. Just the idea that you would pick me as Breakout Comedian of the Year. It's so sweet. Oh my God. It's kind of making me horny. Now that I think of it, I'm getting horny.
Mateo Lane. Oh, how about this? You say Christy, and I say cello. Cello, cello. I don't know why you say Christy. I say cello. Lisa Traeger.
I think the comedian that's going to have a breakout 2019 is Marie Faustin. I think she's so funny, fearless, like out there, so cool. I love all her mannerisms and jokes and cute asides, and even the way she says "sit" just makes me giddy. She's also a great actor and wore a bald cap and dressed like a man and dresses cool and so pretty and has great style and a great host. And I just think she's going to have an awesome 2019 if people know what's good for them.
Oh, geez, it turned into a threat.
I do like that hers is just like a serious girl crush.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I want her to talk about me like that.
everybody wants that, but then you don't want her talking bad. And she never stays happy about anything. I think she's great. Here's a guy who put out a book and then went down to the bookstore and could not find it on the opening day. Was pretty shaken about it, which may have been my favorite day of the year. Chris Gethard.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be a young man named Carmen Christopher. He's been a force in the sketch and improv world for years now, and he's really found his legs as a stand-up in the past couple of years. And I think he's going to get the right role, and he plays weirdos so well, and he's going to like bust out of the gate like the next Zach Galifianakis. I think he's got real potential. Good kid. I also think Roy Wood Jr., who's already established, I think he's going to become a household name. I think he's going to become nationally known in every household. He's too good.
He is pretty damn good. Chris Gethard picking his. Now, this is, of course, the year in comedy. And we always get to that point where we just talk about the news stories that everybody ended up talking about. And I'm going to go for the feel-good story of the year to kick this off. And that's the Eagles winning the Super Bowl and then falling apart in the rest of the year. But winning the Super Bowl, you can't do better than that. And they did it so well as a city. They kept everybody excited and happy by running into pillars and turning over cars and eating horse shit.
More than anything,
destroying the Ritz.
Yeah.
Just putting the highlight on what great fans in Philadelphia.
Remember, a fan is short for fanatic, and they brought it. Chris, could I get you to maybe say a little toast about the city of Philadelphia?
All right, this is the thing that I really care about, because to the city of Philadelphia and its sons and daughters for destroying the Patriots in a exciting, wonderful, perfect Super Bowl and bringing so much happy to the people of Philadelphia.
Can we get a man swig out of that instead of these little...
I'm going to fucking crush this bottle of whiskey for fucking Philly, okay?
No, not the whole bottle.
I'm not
Just
the whole
take
bottle,
it
but I'm going to take like a ballsy man's fucking chug of whiskey. This is for fucking Philly.
Look at that. All right,
Oh, God. All right. That's good.
Oh,
Good. Yeah.
That's for you, baby. That's for Nick Foles.
Who?
Nick Foles.
He brings the happy to Philadelphia.
I think one of the funny stories of the year is when Hawaii sent out the fake nuke alert, and people all over Hawaii thought they were dying.
They were putting children in sewers. It was fucking terrible.
Oh my God, there's the kids going down to the sewer.
You're going to live in the sewer, honey. Look how the kids just starting doing what their moms say. We're getting in the sewer. Without you, Mom, no. I can't be down there. Live without me. How will we get food? I don't know.
There's rats and garbage.
There was a text alarm that went off last week in Florida, letting the kids know that there was an active shooter in the school, and it was not. It was a red alert or,
Yeah, just a drill.
just a drill. And then the principal got mad because, well, first of all, the kids panicked and went running down the hall, and other kids were videotaping this. And then the principal got mad that kids uploaded this to YouTube instead of keeping it in-house.
No way. That is going to be people. Of
Yeah.
course kids are like, this is my chance.
And I think
Finally.
you're mad at the wrong person for fucking up there,
Yeah.
principal.
Let's worry about the kids' PTSD first.
Elon Musk sending a car into space. That thing where you just saw his car floating in space.
So fucking strange.
It's just
So cool looking though. I love the way that you could see like the earth in its reflection. It
Yeah.
was just so beautiful.
It's the best car commercial of all time. Too bad the car isn't doing all that well because the commercial for it, fantastic.
They can't build them fast enough. They just keep fucking it up.
They can't build them, period.
Yeah.
And the Kavanaugh hearings.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hard to look back and remember how important everyone thought the Kavanaugh hearings.
Oh yeah, and it's also hard to remember there was fun in it. There really
Yeah.
was. For those who really like beer.
Love beer. Love him talking about all
Still
the
like beer.
automatic. Still is.
The fact that he started crying.
Yeah, that was that was really one of the nuttier moments.
And I
of
don't
the
know
year.
who he raped or didn't rape, but if I'm one of those senators and I see a guy breaking down crying, I'm like, I don't think he's a judge.
Dude, I'm telling you, the thing, no matter what you think about who said what, and it's a he said, she said thing, the fact that he can't keep his nerve under questioning something that he's going to do to others, he snapped immediately.
There's certain jobs you ought to handle pressure. I don't want to be on a plane and hear the pilot crying and saying he's been through a lot and women are lying about him, and he worked really hard to get here. No, dude. I need you to be cool as ice.
Look, sometimes he drank beers, but mostly he worked out with his friends. He was also friends with a lot of Catholic schoolgirls. He started rambling, fucking.
The Corey Feldman stabbing, alleged stabbing, was one of the big fun stories of the year. Anytime Corey Feldman's in a story, America's happy.
Oh yeah, look, I believe Corey. I really do. I know a lot of people took, started to pull that story apart and
Yeah.
think that it didn't make any sense.
Well, the fact that he was stabbed in the thigh with his own penknife, that's the part. The Kanye going in with Donald Trump had got to be, well, Earl knows this, the proudest moment for black people, but it's the first black person who has been back in the Oval Office since Obama.
Yeah, and his total incoherence and and the fact that he finally got the president of the United States to stop talking for a long periods of time.
Unbelievable to see Trump just kind of lean back and was like, I don't know where this is
He
going.
became the Trump cuck.
Yeah.
Literally.
He got cucked.
2 minutes in, he started talking about alternate realities.
He was right,
so
and Trump
weird.
is on his hero's journey. Somebody just got a Joseph Campbell book.
I mean, at one point, Trump just puts his arms back and he's
Yeah.
just kind of looking around like,
At one time, Trump just went, I don't think this is going to get me a single black vote. I thought this was great.
I mean, you were just witnessing a guy in full throes of meltdown.
Oh, yeah, and then Kanye was there too.
But you know what? I think in many ways this could be the ultimate 2018 story because it's that perfect, bizarre melding together. Everything about 2018 has been weird. So this is like pop culture meets politics in a sideshow like fashion.
On live TV.
Dude, I feel like almost every day it's its own panel in a comic book. You know what I mean? And just underneath it's like, oh shit. The big royal wedding that the ladies love to watch when Prince Harry married a girl that used to hold a briefcase on American TV.
Suits.
And her family turned out to just be white trash nuttiness.
And Meghan Markle, kind of, in many ways, it was all about Kate. It was all about Kate Middleton. And now everybody, all the magazines, everybody's always talking about Meghan Markle. And she's kind of become that new fashion.
Well,
icon.
her husband is more fun. They seem
Way-
like they're fun
way more
together.
fun.
They fuck up in the best ways instead of the stupidest ways. And let's face it, which one would you rather have sex with?
Oh yeah,
Megan.
definitely Harry.
And what's that?
Megan.
You would have it with Megan. Earl, you Harry also.
Megan.
Okay, and Vito.
Guess I'm William.
All right, well, William shocked the world.
The best was Megan's dad staging the photo shoot of him in a coffee shop reading a book about Britain. It was like the British countryside, and it was a fucking guy.
You better brush up since I'm definitely invited to this.
And they found out that like he was selling stories, and it was only for like $3,900.
It was nothing.
It was nothing.
Yeah, he would sell out his daughter.
Harry's got more money than that in his wallet. What are you doing, dude? Just slow play this.
Yes.
And his interviews were stuff saying she looks terrified. She's not happy in this this engagement.
I think she looks really happy.
She
And
does.
she's crazy sexy.
She's
she really
so
is.
beautiful.
They had that one moment with the little kid who like ran past the guards to go up and hug them. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was a beautiful moment.
No, I didn't see it.
I'll send
I
it
did
to
talk
you
to
guys.
Howie Mandel, and he said he doesn't even remember when she was on the show. He goes, I don't know her. She was number 27. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't really hang out a lot with those briefcase girls. The Thai kids getting rescued. You know, I missed so much of this because I was just so worried a Thai kid was going to die that I didn't want to get too attached. And then I came rushing back in as the last kid came out.
Well,
of the
sure,
hole.
yeah, they
I
all
said, We
survived.
did it.
I've been on top of this the whole time.
And Elon Musk inserted himself in that story by making some sort of weird fucking like submarine that was able to was supposed to be able to get them out.
He dropped it
And-
off, and then they were like, "We can't use this. You didn't even read an article about what we're going through."
What a useless
Well,
idiot.
you'd be killing the kids. And he goes, well, you're a pedophile.
Literally, what happened? He called him a pedo.
Now buy my car.
That's the problem. He doesn't seem like he's trying to sell cars. He's in every other nutty thing in the world.
He's just fucking stoned all the time and being
Well, you
weird.
took one hit, one vape.
He's always fucked up now. I'm pretty positive.
Now you sound like his board of directors and NASA.
To the board of directors of Tesla and SpaceX, you gotta get that guy out of those fucking companies. Jameson.
Why do you drink out of the bottle like you're doing a sax solo? You ever see that little tiny sax? That's what he looks like every time. Earl, here's a story that meant a lot to you. Papa John dropping the N-bomb.
Yeah.
On a conference call with a bunch of other people.
Now, here's the weird thing.
choice.
Why does when he does something bad, does he lose his gig? You know, Kevin Hart said something, he lost his gig. But Trump just keeps swimming along like Jaws with 3 barrels stuck in him.
He just doesn't accept responsibility. He never admits to saying I fucked up. That's the way to
You
fucking go.
can't dethrone the guy. I mean,
No.
it's not even. I mean, some people apologize, some people don't apologize. No matter what, they get taken down. It's not on them.
Papa John screwed up because all right, so he admitted that like he fucked up, and then like a week later, it's like, wait a minute, they forced me out, and then like started a website saying that like, look, everyone needs to understand that I didn't actually screw up. They forced me into dropping an M-bomb.
If you go to savepapajohns.com, it just says the board of directors are trying to silence me.
Say all you want, Papa. You stop selling pizzas, you're out. Man. That's the fucking deal. If you can't sell a pizza for $4, I can't fucking help you, man. These things should go flying out of there. Fortnite being the thing that changed the internet.
That shit this year was insane. I tried to play that game. The little kids are just so good at it. You can't even try to like get better. And the dance thing is crazy. Like if you see a kid, they're most likely just doing that dance at any given time.
What dance is it?
Any dance. They have the floss dance.
Oh, the floss dance came from there?
So
Yeah,
they
it was
ripped it. They ripped it off and then blew it up out of.
Yeah.
That's
Wait a
where it
minute,
got
who
popular.
ripped it off?
Fortnite kind of got like they didn't originate the dance, but because they made their characters do the dance, that's how like the youth got into it.
Oh, I thought it all came from that Katy Perry video.
That was like where it was seen first,
I don't know.
but it was popularized, and even sometimes people are like say like, oh, that Fortnite dance, but it's the floss dance.
And then the dance where people jump and kick out, that's also a Fortnite thing. Anytime you see a kid dancing, they're doing something from that game.
This probably is my favorite thing, and I don't see it sticking. It went away for a while, but when Trump said we were going to have a Space Force or Star Trek, real life Star Trek.
Oh, please.
Force, mother, mother.
Oh, I'm not too old to join Space Force when they start recruitment.
Oh, you definitely are.
You know, the rockets have to take off, Chris.
Oh, come on. Come on.
It'd be like a shit where they just have to throw up the dead weight to get it off.
What the fuck, girl? Come on.
I'll be totally honest, Chris. I've been to the space museums.
Yeah.
Those little jackets are so tiny. I mean, I don't know anybody who's as small as an astronaut. They are the tiniest little clothes I've ever seen in my life.
Are they all wiry little dudes?
Yeah, they're very little, tiny, but I guess tough guys. I don't know.
Are they like extra small?
Yes, Earl, they're extra small.
Are they petite, Ron?
Yes.
Are they tiny?
I'm going to move on now, guys. This is the last story. Maybe the best. The upstate corporate sex cult.
Nexium.
Yeah.
I think they got like exposed in late 2017, and over this entire year, all the details have come out about so the dude got arrested. The leader of the cult got arrested this year, and then it came out that Seagram's heirs have given him hundreds of millions of dollars to do bad real estate deals all across the country. So he just pissed away all their money. He got busted for running this cult, and like it was also like basically a Ponzi scheme. And like he just basically brought women in and turned them into his sex slaves that he branded also.
And they were big actresses. I mean, they were working actresses.
Yeah.
So when these names came out, you could go on YouTube and see them. I forget what show they were on.
Smallville. One was Smallville.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, if you're in Smallville and you're a young actress, you know you're doing well for yourself. And they said that this is the first time that multiple people, were caught jerking off to the New York Post. Just reading this story.
Guilty.
And what was the thing? He was either really pro Bush or anti Bush. Like they all had to shave or they couldn't shave.
I thought he was big Bush, but
that's what it was.
incredibly he wanted them thin, so they were living on like 18 calories a day.
Yeah, that was one of the things. Yeah, you can only eat so many calories a day.
I think to accentuate the Bush.
I think, yeah, but you know what? I mean, I think if you're going Bush, you got to go curves. You know what I mean? You got to go all the way back. No one liked a skinny woman in the big Bush days.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And the odd thing was, he would whisper in their ears, "You're my Barbara Bush," which I thought was kind of stupid. It is the year in comedy. Go over to the Interrobang and make sure you vote on Comedian of the Year, Special of the Year, Album of the Year.
And while you're voting, let's listen to who our favorite stand-ups are picking for their breakout comedian of 2019.
Hey, I'm Hasan Minhaj. My breakout comedian of the year is Fahim Anwar, because I think he's really, really funny, and he's ready to blow.
Someone's got such a great voice, doesn't he?
He does. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I know. Makes me mad as a guy who works in radio and I don't have a great voice.
You have a great voice.
Love your voice.
Now, here's a voice I'm not jealous of, Mike Cannon.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019, aside from myself, because I believe I'm poised to have a great year, but Rosebud Baker, I think is going to have a really great year. She just did a docu-series for Amazon where she absolutely was the breakout star. She was vulnerable and hilarious, and her stand-up set killed, and I think that's going to set her up for some big things in 2019.
That's exciting. That's another vote for Rosebud Baker. Now, let's hear Marilyn Rice Cub pick Breakout Comedian of the Year.
I think the breakout comedian for 2019 is going to be Fahim Anwar. The reason why is because Fahim is smart, cute, completely unique, and makes odd connections no one else will make. He goes from the mundane to the politically incorrect. He can say really rude things and manage to be delightful and inventive while doing it. And he's just really great and a really good dancer.
You know, the West Coast is representing this year. Fahim Anwar is really getting a lot of respect there. Monroe Martin. Let's see who he picks.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is Reggie Conquest. I think Reggie is very naturally funny. He has a personality that shines on and off stage, and it's just effortlessness that he just makes you feel like one of his friends. And I think that's what, like, I don't want to say that's what comedy has been missing because that's corny, but that's something that you haven't seen in a while, just somebody who on stage and feels like a cousin or some family member you love hanging out with. So that's the person I think is going to be the breakout comic of 2019.
Monroe coming across a little corny, isn't he?
He doesn't want to, and yet he does.
Stavi, baby.
The comedian I think is going to break out this year is my boy Petey Diabreu. I don't fucking look. We're friends. He's got a difficult last name, but the guy is effortlessly funny. He's so fucking good. He's lived a full life. He's actually an interesting person, which a lot of comedians are, myself included. I've been doing stand-up since I was 18. Not that much life experience, but Petey has lived a life. He's fucking hilarious. Just an incredible stage presence, incredible, just natural ability, charisma. And yeah, I think the guy's going to break out for sure. I love that dude.
Stavros described Petey perfectly. I went down to his room this year, and he opened, and it's like a real, I'm going to think of the name of that room, but it's like a real old school New York kind of cocktail place. And it looked like, every subgenre of New Yorker was represented there, right. And the place had glass tables, like perfect for cocaine use, and everything about it. It's Better Days Comedy, but I got to think of what the name of that club is, because it's normally like a cocktail club any night that he's there. But he came out and did 30, 40 minutes off the top, just crowd working, and he had remembered people who had been to the show before, and I was having so much fun watching this show that I forgot I was in it. Yeah. And it really is one of the better times you could have in New York. Lower East Side Club. Really, really fun. All right, let's jump into this next. This is a difficult one for me because we're going to be picking the best late night host of the year.
And now, here are your nominees for Best Late Night Host of 2018.
We've got just about every host represented. I'll go through the list here, but you can go over to the iBang. They're all up. You can vote as many times as you want. And Chris, could I just get a little toast to the late night host?
To the men and women who just crushed every night with topical humor from the day's events, who just know what to say when with with themselves and they I'm not even going to give this out to their writer's room as well.
That's nice. To the writer's room.
To the writer's room, to the host, to everyone responsible for the nightly and weekly late night shows. This one's to you from me, Chris Stanley.
Yeah, we know.
Us, the Bennington Show, and also Jameson Irish Whiskey.
He's not much of a drinker, but he is quite the talker.
What?
Well, I mean, you take tiny sips.
I take fucking great sips.
Was that a gag that you had there?
I was a little gaggy.
I
was a little gaggy, Roddy.
What happened to sippy sips?
You sip things. You sip things.
All right, I'm going to run through the people who do this every night. Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien, Trevor Noah, James Corden, and Seth Meyers. And then the weekly people, John Oliver, Samantha Bee, Jim Jeffries, Michelle Wolf, Hassan Minaj. Earl, we're going to go with you first. Asia, late night host.
I'm going to go with Trevor Noah. His commentaries always seem to
What
go.
a shocker, Earl.
Oh, wow.
But-
Guess who Earl's going to pick?
No, but think about it. His commentaries always they always go viral. They always make the news, make the news cycles.
I can't remember the last time I've seen that on the news or them going viral. It used to happen almost daily with the show that Jon Stewart did, but I might be wrong here, and I'm certainly out of the demo. I just don't see Trevor Noah being talked about.
No, I don't. I agree with you. Like the moment of Zen, I used to see everywhere the day after it aired, and now I haven't seen an episode of The Daily Show probably in a year and a half.
I watch Fox, CNN, and MSNBC. You always used to get something Jon Stewart said, whether they were happy about it or upset about it. I don't see it with Noah. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I think he's a funny guy. I certainly think he's a nice guy, but I don't know where. I mean, and I'm sure the demo now is a lot younger than it used to be, but I just feel like it's not a talked about show.
He's done amazing commentaries on gun control, police brutality, racism, hypocrisy within politics. I'm not a late night news, but every time I see that post of something he said, I'll watch.
Where do you see it?
I see it online. It's on
HuffPo,
Daily Beast,
Huffington Post, Daily Beast, Yahoo,
Breitbart, Infowars, Daily Dot.
No, you're proving my point. My name is all of this.
I was not being serious. What the fuck?
Oh, I saw it on Persian Kitty. Is that still happening?
Reality Kings, Brazzers, Bangbus.com.
I saw it on Lemon Party.
Oh, don't go there, everybody. That's a trick that she's done to me. Gail, who do you pick as your weekly or daily?
Mine is actually a weekly pick, and I think that some of the other weekly hosts are just trying to do it as well. I think that it's Last Week Tonight with John Oliver has to be. No way, dude. Absolutely not fart sound. No.
Farts.
No. I'm with you, Earl. I mean, they're really too cruel on us for our pick. And I'm sorry I said that Lemon Party pick.
Well, you guys are bringing up a good point. I don't know if every time I turn on TV, I want to hear foreigners commenting on our lives.
I do. It's
You know
like
what I mean?
I like the outsider's perspective.
Then, you know what? Go back outside, you motherfuckers. That's what I'd like to say. Go back to Lemon Party or wherever you
I
came
love it.
from.
Tub Girl, Lemon Party, Goatsy.cx. Those are the things I go to every night. That's what I like. I like to see weird shit. I don't want to see people fucking commenting about fucking Trump saying this and that. Well, guess what? I want to see Tub Girl every single night because I know what I'm going to get.
Right.
I'm going to see a girl fucking shooting enema back into her face
Chris,
in the
seriously,
tub.
we're trying to have
I'm sorry.
trying to have a nice show here.
See it every night.
There's a
Let's,
child here.
Who do you got?
It's Conan O'Brien. It's he's done doing hour shows. It's going down to. Hey,
I agree.
you guys.
Hey, I agree. Seriously, I agree with Gail. Nobody has let me down the way Conan O'Brien did. The guy gave up the Tonight Show, and now he's giving up his talk show and turning it into a viral, like a fucking Comedy Central show.
More like fuck Coco. Hashtag. After the fuck Coco.
He's going to turn it around this year.
He's not going to turn it around. He's done being. He won't make this next year. He will not be considered a late night talk show.
The 30-minute show we're going to be getting is going to be great, and I can't wait.
What
for
is it going to be?
It'll be a shit show.
It's not going to be a shit show. It's going to be.
It's not going to have guests. It's not going to have stand-ups.
I don't like his. I'm kind of happy he won't have guests anymore. I never liked the guest segments except for like.
It's going to be a circle jerk with Conan O'Brien.
I gotta agree with. And he's not even an American.
No, he's fucking.
He's
He's Canadian
red-haired.
or something. I don't know. He's a ginger
He's some
piece of
fucking
shit.
ginger. Chris, who do you have?
Look, there's one person I only watch every single night.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's fuck. Look, I'm sick of hearing about politics.
Good.
And I see him every night in the
Is it
promos.
Tub Girl?
It's not Tub Girl. I see him around the promos on Sunday or Monday night. I'm not sure which day it is, and he's pouring a bottle of water on his face in a jersey, and that's Mr. Jimmy Fallon, and that's the guy I
He's on
care
every
about
night.
every night.
He's never pouring water on his face.
I swear to God, there's a promo. There's like a crawl thing in the bottom left
I
corner.
think you're thinking of basketball.
I'm definitely not. There's a guy called Jimmy Fallon in a jersey, depending on what game is playing, and that's the guy I watch every goddamn night. And Fallon's my guy because I like games and I like celebrities. And guess what? You know what? And Fallon, like me, likes whiskey. So, to you,
he does.
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
A fall down, fucking drunk, who cares
All
about
right.
nothing.
Come on, Tub Girl. Be
Fucking-
nice.
Me and Fallon are into Tub Girl.
Yeah.
And we're both, I'm going to guess he's a nihilist. Fucking suck it up and drink that Jameson. Jimmy Fallon, you're my choice for late night host of 2018.
All right. Well, you can go over and vote on this on the iBang. So, I have to tell you the truth. With Michelle Wolf out, and I haven't seen his son yet, I would normally not pick, but since I haven't seen him, I'm going to pick Hassan Minaj. I haven't seen his show yet, and that puts him ahead of all these other people that I have seen. Because I'm not looking forward to late night talk shows. I don't do it at all.
Fallon's the only thing worth watching.
Okay? Just Fallon then.
Jump over with me, Ron.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think mine deserved a fart noise. I know that one.
Well, I will tell you off air why I gave him the fart noise.
Okay.
I literally don't like him based on one thing that he did. And I had really liked him when he was on Comedy Central. And I don't like him as a person right now. Maybe I'll turn back around, but as of right now, all right.
He should have just hosted the Daily Show. That's what should have happened. Like he should have just been the next host of the Daily Show.
He probably would have done the same thing, though.
You think?
Yeah. All right. This is the year in comedy.
Bennington will be right back when we return. Viral videos of 2018, best TV show of the year, and scandals and controversies of 2018.
The country's best stand-ups. Pick the breakout comedian of 2019.
Hey, Mark Norman here. A lot of comics are kicking ass in New York, but I think one in particular, Jessica Kirsten. Check her out. Big Jew, lesbian, hilarious comic. She's one of the best. I've never seen her bomb. She kills. She's a tour de force, whatever that means. And she's one of my favorites. She's got a new special coming out, produced by Bill Burr himself. So that should give you just an idea of how killer she is. She's been around for a while, but she's about to pop, I think. So I'm going Jessica Kirsten. Mazel tov.
Thanks, Mark. Jessica Kirsten is, well, I wouldn't have even put her up here because I think she's far beyond that, but she probably is the comic in New York that has the biggest pops every single night. And I don't mean, people recognize her so they go crazy.
Right.
But when she walks off stage, they go, oh, that was really something special. And I'll tell you the truth, I also think she has the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my life.
She does have really beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
And she's such a killer, and there's no one on earth like her. She
Yeah.
is such an original.
Joe List is next.
Hey, this is Joe List, and my breakout comedian for this year is my pal, Steve Rogers. He's adorable. He's might be a little off mentally, but he's hilarious, and he's a great guy. Steve Rogers, look out for him. He's my choice.
James Mattern.
All right, I think the breakout comic of 2019, Katie Hannigan. She's incredibly strong. She writes dark jokes. She can go in a room that doesn't like dark jokes and make them like dark jokes. She can adjust. Her writing's insane. Her persona on stage is great. She's going to be a millionaire in weeks, probably.
John Doerr.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 will be John Morris Ross. West Coast guy, very funny. Pulls no punches. Really interesting history. Love him. More importantly, just fucking hilarious.
Liz Mealy.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be Nori Davis. I mean, I have a special place in my heart for him, so I'm slightly biased. But taking that out, I just think he's brilliant, and he's doing so many big things. And if people haven't seen his Conan, I'm so glad to see that it's starting to kind of blow up, and people are giving some attention to that. But he has
a new special out. I think he was on Two Dope Queens. Like everything he kind of touches, he makes unique and magical. And he's just a unique voice that I'm so happy to hear is getting a lot of attention. And I have no doubt that 2019 is going to be a big year for him.
Also, you can go over and read this entire list at the Interrobang.com, and as well as vote for stuff like Comedian of the Year, Special of the Year, TV Show of the Year. But also you can vote for Album of the Year. And my vote for Album of the Year is this next guy, Big J. Okerson.
I think the breakout comic of 2019 is going to be Shane Gillis, Mike Fenoya, Louis J. Gomez, Dave Smith, and Dan Soder.
Hey, what about Andy Fiore?
Andy Fiore. And Justin Silver and Mike Vecchione.
What about
Carla Okerson. I'm out. If my daughter tries it again, also her. All right. Did I get everyone that would be upset? Okay. All right. Them.
Jacob's pissed.
Big year. Oh, Jacob Patat also.
That was way too many votes, Jay.
He does get in trouble every year by his own friends.
He
for
does, because everybody thinks they're best friends with Jay, but they're not.
He's a social butterfly, that Jay.
He is. He's referred to himself as the center web
Yes.
and the spider web of all these friendships. And by saying that, everyone was mad at him. And I'm not even making it up. Dan and Louis J came to me and they go like this. That special that you did, that Unmasked, you got fucking bulldozed by him because we know each other even before we met Jay. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, guys. I don't care which of you girls met the other girls.
Sensitive.
We're about to get into viral videos of the year, and I'd like, if we could, my personal executive producer of the year, Chris Stanley, I'd like you to say a few words about it.
Look, all right. So there's one thing I love.
Take the champagne bottle and just smash it across the bow of this brand new ship.
I would, but that would waste the champagne, Ron. I mean, I'd rather put it inside of me than on the bow of the show.
Ew. In your butt? You gonna butt chug that Jameson?
He does is in the butt.
I prefer all liquids to be in my ass as opposed to my mouth. Ronnie, me! Come on!
I was joking. I was joking on a cream soda because it took so long for him to say it. And I thought I could laugh twice and then swallow. No.
And while you're in mid-choke, he just goes, Ronnie B, come on!
He was so proud, as if he got a positive laugh.
That's
as
positive.
if it had anything to do with it.
You said you take all liquids in your ass.
So I prefer, yeah, there you go.
By the way, Earl, is this the reason why you don't drink because of the way he's acting?
Among many, yes.
Just drink something with me, Earl. Come on. Come on,
Did
baby.
you notice that no one's drinking with you for the year-end special?
Not until you just said that right now.
It's not a party if you're all by yourself. That's a problem.
I think it's a positive. All right. So this one.
Yeah.
This swig of Jameson Irish whiskey. This is to all of the viral videos on the Interrobang.com that made it, because I think a lot of people forget about the things that brought us so much joy over the last 12 months.
Okay.
I think people forget about the things that make us happy that are brought on the internet, uploaded, fucking streamed and downloaded and whatnot.
Okay.
All right. This is for you, Ron Bennington.
Thank you. I don't
You,
speak for
Gail
his-
Bennington.
The whole Bennington family appreciates this.
I'm glad I finally got a joke.
Juliet, you get a big up too.
You hear that, Juliet? Big up.
This is her first time seeing a drunk.
Yeah.
This is exciting.
Won't be her last.
No.
This is your viral videos of the year.
All right.
And now, here are your nominees for Viral Video of the Year.
All right, we're not going to play all these, but this is my favorite, and that's the deer who did the drumming section from In the Air Tonight. It.
Fucking love this deer.
Thanks, Chris. It's so fucking funny.
It's perfect, because the deer's hooves are all fucking up that playpen.
That's true. Is there anything else that you guys really liked?
I think you've got to go with Permit Patty as just like a really important viral video of the year.
Well, this also is just a number of angry white women also who I got alliteration names.
Who started it? Was it her?
It was Permit Patty was the first one. This
Yeah.
was the first fucking viral video of a white woman being angry at black people. This is Permit Patty.
This woman don't want to let a little girl sell some water. She calling the police on an 8-year-old little girl. You can hide all you want. The whole world gonna see you, boo.
Yeah, and illegally selling water without a permit? Yeah.
On my property.
It's not your property. You're on
The stone wall. So embarrassing.
She was hiding from the people as she was fucking trashing them. It was fucking totally ridiculous.
I don't understand this, but my phone just started calling Earl.
Well, obvious, yeah.
You guys are having a private conversation. We'll step out if you'd like.
Drunky went to say that's bullshit and it's obvious, and realized that neither one made sense to say.
I should have just kept my mouth shut. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, there was Permit Patty. There was also Corner Store Carolyn, BBQ Becky, and Amusement Park Amanda.
What?
All alliteration.
These are all the white women who don't let black families do things.
Just enjoy things in life.
And then there was the racist white guy that flipped out at the salad place.
Oh, that guy's the fucking best because that guy
That was in New Yorker?
Yeah.
I forgot about him. He might have been first. Just the guy who was saying, I'll send you back to fucking Mexico or whatever.
Right.
He was like the hardcore Trump supporter, but we didn't know why.
Your staff speaking Spanish. He's being very violent. I mean, sometimes they do. Every person I listen to, he's spoken, she's speaking it, is America.
It's fucked up. I just want to point this out. This whole thing about hearing somebody speak a different language so somebody comes over and fucks with you. Now you know what smokers go through. You know what I mean? It's none of your fucking business what I'm doing over here.
But when he fucking freaked out and ran from the paparazzi, that was fucking really the funny shit.
I was excited because it was a few blocks from my house, and I like when I see my neighborhood on TV.
He popped an umbrella over his face to try to stop the paparazzi from realizing who he was.
He's crazy. I mean, this is when it was clear he was mentally ill.
Hey, if you want to see your neighborhood on there, just fucking turn on Cops anytime that they're dealing with whores. You'll see your fucking neighborhood. I saw Vito go by on a bike. What is the little boy in the grocery list? I don't even know what that is.
That was so hilarious.
All right, this is one of the best ones. This is a little kid going over a grocery list with his mom.
Eggs and we need whales.
Strawberries.
We need strawberries and whales.
Milk and cheese.
We need milk and cheese whales.
I just say this. He doesn't know how to write yet, so he's pretending that he's writing. What kid wants to be known as a person who takes a list? How's this a fun, exciting thing for a kid?
We got milk, cheese, whales.
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 Taco stuff.
We need taco stuff. Whales.
Bananas.
We need bananas. Whales.
More potatoes.
We need more potatoes. What?
He's really adorable.
Too cute. And tomatoes.
I have a feeling this is what Vito's mom dealt with when he was so adorable and little.
Still to this day.
She's like, we need more prosciutto.
Uh-huh.
More gabagool.
Whales.
More provolone.
Oh,
shit! Black guy said it.
Earl.
You got fucked up.
God, that was such a racist Italian impression.
Dude, I am so glad you schooled that
Whoa.
bitch, Earl. You got him.
Jesus, Earl.
Right where it hurts.
There was also Yanni Laurel, which was the fucking biggest thing.
Was that this year?
Yeah, that was this year.
Yeah, that was huge.
Laurel.
What did everybody just
Laurel. Laurel.
Yanni.
I heard Laurel.
I heard Laurel.
Laurel.
Yanni.
Laurel. Laurel.
Laurel.
Laurel.
Nothing but
Laurel.
Yanny.
Laurel.
Yanny over and over.
Sounds like all the girls hear Yanni and all the guys hear Laurel. Remember when people thought we were just fucking with them?
Yeah.
People called up and started yelling at us to stop the stupid bit.
But I think that what it really is like age. I think that they started to see the elderly heard Laurel.
Little iPhone. Space in that info.
Wait, what's this?
All right, so and then one of the other viral videos of the year was Alex Jones being busted.
This had nothing to do with what we were talking about.
No, it wasn't. I forgot what pot was up. Alex Jones being busted looking at tranny porn on his cell phone.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to hear about it, but, the guy was enjoying some transgender porn. The word that you use, the other T word, is it's offensive.
Is that bad? It's not good?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you did.
And I know two comedians who continue to do it. People yell at them and they say, but I sleep with those people. So I can call them whatever I want. They go, do you fuck them? Then don't worry about it.
That's basically what Alex Jones said. He was like,
no, he didn't.
You're right.
Nothing like that. He said that he
I
wasn't
lied.
doing it.
He said that it was a producer who put the fucking porn on his cell phone.
On his phone, yeah. And had it up at the time. Well, we'll do one more of these. What about, and I don't even remember this, the drunk girl that was too pretty to go to jail. Do any of you guys remember this one?
That's my favorite one of the
Is
year.
it?
That is my favorite video of the year.
Well, I was with a certain newscaster one time who had a drunk sister. And so we all went out on a boat, and then there was these other people around, and this girl was going like this. I'm prettier than hair, pointing at some other girl. I'm so much prettier than hair. And I'm like, fuck.
Oh my God.
This is like literally humiliating pageant shit.
Oh my God, that's so uncomfortable.
And I'll tell you later off the air.
I'd love to hear.
Oh, yeah, you'll hear it.
33 next week is my birthday. I've never been arrested. Why? I've had to live my life being a good driver for my jobs. I had to live my life for that. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna spend my whole life. My whole life. I went to a good school. I graduated with 3.8 in my high school. I got to get a scholarship to my college.
Wait, that she got?
Yeah, it was a Dewey that she got busted on, and then she started talking about how well she did in college.
Yeah.
And how attractive she is.
Let's hear it.
Too fast, I understand. I know I drove too fast. My partner that I work with is a cop. We do good. I promise we do good.
Who's your partner?
Oh, we do this good.
Who's your partner?
Oh, no.
You don't know?
Sir, why are you driving so fast?
I'm driving 9 over the speed limit.
Why?
It's actually a reasonable speed to get a prisoner to where we're going.
I never want her to say she's too pretty for anything. She's just drunk. She's just a drunk girl.
My favorite viral video of the year was the Red Sox guys who stole the banner.
Oh, they were fantastic.
Well, they found the banner.
And I noticed a couple cars swinging, like moving to the right, and we seen something in the street. And he's like, Louis, what is that? What is? I'm like, I don't know. What is it? So I ran across the highway to grab it. We brought it in the car. We had no idea what it was.
Yeah, Boston.
It was wrapped up in a brown paper bag.
Number 1, Boston.
First thing I said, this belongs to the Red Sox. This is for Fenway Park.
Yeah.
Like, how do we have this? Like, nobody made this. This belongs to the park. I'm thinking that they hang it off the Green Monster.
Yep. We want to give it back to them because it belongs to them and it doesn't belong to us.
Yeah.
But in reciprocation, we would like, maybe to go to a nice playoff game, or we're looking for something. We just don't want to hand it over to them.
Right. I mean,
we need to negotiate here. We want to. We're looking for
We're working too.
Yeah.
I mean, my man had to run across 3 lanes of traffic.
But we know that that's the original one.
We were told there was only one made.
Yeah, we were told there was only one banner
made. So at
made.
that point, that tells us. But then they told us they had a duplicate. So if they do try to put a duplicate up, you best believe we're gonna show up and say
we have the right one.
That's not the right. That's not the original.
So we're hoping that they don't make one and they put the right one up.
We're hoping they do the right thing. We did the right thing. We could have kept it. We could have put it on.
It's not a Yaz statue. You know what I mean?
He said they're doing the right thing, but he's blackmailing them. They're doing the right thing. We're just asking for some nice seats.
This entire video looks like it was shot by The Onion. The year in comedy, go over to the iBang and vote. If you want to vote, there's a banner that we're missing, and we will pay nothing for it. Okay? Any of you fucking massholes who took that banner, we've already got a duplicate. Then you can bet your ass we're showing up with the original.
At Fenway Park.
All right. Oh, come on. Blacks talk stupid too. We don't make fun of them.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Don't fucking turn this into a Proud Boys moment.
I haven't jerked off in months.
All right, Chris. You know what? We were having a very nice special here, and your drinking got a little carried away.
Look, all right. This is all the viral videos of the year of the people that did things inadvertently that the world loved, and everyone else here in this room. I love you, and congratulations.
We
to
love you
Jameson.
too. I'm worried you're drinking too much today.
Not at all.
I'm a little worried you're drinking a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Feels good, Earl. All right, learn about that.
Don't lash out on Earl.
Maybe your girlfriend should come over here and pick you up.
Not at all. I get home by myself.
He's too pretty to get on the subway. I'm trying.
All right, slow it down for the rest of the
He
special.
graduated from Hunter College.
By way
of SUNY Purchase. He was kicked out for selling mushrooms.
My partner's a cop, and we do such good work.
What's your partner's name? Okay.
I never once heard her say that she's pretty. I'm dying to see her though, because I'm always wondering, like, how pretty you got to be before you say you're pretty.
Yeah, it's
I never fucking met a girl who's like, "Oh, I'm so pretty."
I have. It's really weird. It's really weird.
Yeah.
She's actually a twin. And when she was like, I asked if they, are they identical? And she's like, no. And she's like, and like, we're so different. Like, I'm the pretty one. And I was like, holy shit. I can't. Not only saying that about yourself, but then you're also saying it about your sister.
What's your sister look like? Is she worse looking?
She's totally pretty.
Okay.
Is she a freak?
Where's that come from, Chris? You're not going to
curious.
You're not going to meet her, okay?
Maybe
you're
I
not going to
can.
get freaky deaky
Maybe
like
I can
you
find
say.
her. Maybe I can find her and hang out with her for a little while.
Oh yeah, we'll read about it in the paper the next day.
Oh my God.
Girl cut into pieces by Jameson's killer. Oh my God. Oh, the fluid was going every different way.
That's that vape fluid, bro.
Vape fluid. What are you vaping? Mashed potatoes? Because that was thick. All right, it's a year in comedy.
Now let's have a listen to stand-up comedians picking their breakout stand-up comedian of 2019.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be Tom Thakkar. Tom, Thakkar. He has opened for me on the road for many years, and now he's almost unfollowable because of how hilarious he is. There's no one else like him. He has great jokes, very personal stuff, and he has a Comedy Central special coming out in 2019 too, a half hour that is people are going to be talking about. So he's the one to watch. Get on board now because he's going to be famous, and you'll be able to be like, oh, I knew him when. I was on board early. Tom Thakkar, that's my prediction, and it's going to happen.
That was Nikki Glazer picking her breakout comedian of the year. Now let's go to our buddy Dan Soder.
I think the breakout comic of 2019 will be Shane Gillis, or David Bory? Yeah, I do 2 bets, as always. Double down.
Well, those are great picks. Both of our buddies, Shane Gillis and David Bory. Now let's see Hari Kondabolu picking his breakout comedian of the year.
I think the comedian that's going to break out this year is Liz Mealy. Liz is my frequent opener when I'm on the road. She's somebody who should be a major headlining comic. Whenever we do a show together, it's like the audience gets 2 headliners. Like it's so much fun. She is personal. She tells stories about mental illness and her family. She talks about, like running, marathons as part of like getting, healthier. She talks about her travels. She's toured, with the USO and has made a career for herself throughout Europe. She has a really interesting life, really interesting history, has been doing comedy since she was like 16 or 17. She knew Carlin when she just started doing comedy, and they kept in touch, and has just a really interesting life. And I feel like she's overdue. She's polished. She's ready. I think it's time that she gets her big break, because, when you have somebody who's that fresh and polished, and can basically perform in any setting, like they're ready for the big time. So totally, I think Liz Mealy should be the breakout artist of this next year.
Love Liz.
Yes, me too. This is the breakout comedian of the year, and this is Ben Glib.
I think beyond even thinking, I almost know. I don't want to say no because then I'd look stupid. You play this back. This is recorded. I know I'm being recorded. It's not even cool of you guys to record me, to be honest. But who I almost know will be the breakout comic of 2019 is J. Chris Newberg. This guy has been bubbling under the surface for a long time. He's not a young kid like probably a lot of people on this list. He's in his 40s, but the guy is brilliant. He is hilarious. One of the most prolific joke writers I've ever seen. So out of the box, so funny. Mixes guitar comedy with just speaking comedy like most comedians do it. So he's a double threat in that way. And he's had this amazing career for so long, and all of a sudden he released an album at the end of this year called Live and Let Die that just popped onto the Billboard charts in a huge way, was #1 in Billboard comedy for 11 straight weeks, and he's been in the top 10 for 29 straight weeks and counting. He's just so funny. If you want to talk about just weird jokes, you want to talk about aging, you want to talk about trying to date girls younger than you, he has hilarious takes about old people and your grandparents being on Facebook. So many different things he talks about just crack me up, and every audience I've ever seen him play, the guy is a killer.
This is John Rudnitsky picking his breakout comedian of the year.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be Mekhi Leeper. I think he's got a very unique, fun voice. He's super young and already incredibly polished. And he cracks me up. He's just hilarious.
Here, Andrew Santino picking the breakout comedian of the year.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be Sandro Ioccolano, because he's hilarious, and he's Italian, and he's cute, and he's sweet, and he's smart, and he's funny. And he's my little boy, and I love him.
That sounds like one for you, Vito.
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy that.
Mr. Ioccolano.
Now, this is Avery Pearson, our buddy, picking breakout comedian of the year.
I think the breakout comedian for 2019 is going to be Josh Adam Myers. Now, here's why. Yeah, he's a close friend. Maybe there's a little nepotism involved in this. But this guy is the creator of the Goddamn Comedy Jam, which is a live touring show that's been at every festival and been touring for a few years and killing it. It became the executive producer of the Comedy Jam on Comedy Central. And he has a new podcast out. And normally I wouldn't push a podcast as like the next big thing, the thing that's going to push someone over. But it's a genius podcast idea. I really believe in it. I think it's going to do really well. I think Rolling Stone's going to want to do something with it. I think Sirius XM should absolutely do something with it. And I'm just very excited for him this year. I think he's struck gold again. So Avery Pearson's top pick for Breakout Comedian of 2019 is Josh Adam Myers and the 500 podcast.
Now let's jump into it. This is very exciting. This is the comedy TV show of the year.
And now, Here are your nominees for Comedy TV Show of the Year.
Yeah. And what a year, huh, folks?
Yes.
The golden age of comedy. I'm going to read off the nominees. And look, if you're not on this list, it doesn't mean that you're a loser. It just means that you lost being on this list. All right, here we are. The new one. Sally Forever, Barry, Misfits and Monsters, Atlanta, OG, The Last OG, The Good Place, Crashing, This Week at the Comedy Cellar, The Marvelous Miss Maisel, and Lodge 49. And also an honorable mention for Better Things. It's so good it didn't even do anything this year. Didn't even have an episode, and we're still putting it on the list. All right, I'm going to let Earl go first because he should have his first pick at Black Comedy. And I know he and Vito are probably going to go for the same thing.
It was very close, but I'm going to go with The Last OG.
Whoa, you believe that, Juliet? Oh, my God. Did they pick Atlanta? What do you like about The Last OG, Earl?
First of all, just seeing Tracy Morgan back on TV after the accident.
Get you pregnant.
Hell yeah.
Just coming back from a really bad accident, coming back strong. And great premise, a guy coming back from prison to a Brooklyn neighborhood that's totally not the Brooklyn that he left. And Tiffany Haddish again.
What's her name?
Sorry, excuse me, Haddish.
Haddish, baby.
Haddish. Tiffany Haddish.
It's Haddish, for real, Earl.
Show it off.
Cedric the Entertainer. Great cast.
I'm going to get them pregnant.
No, this is just a great light show.
Light? He's dealing crack.
I like the way he says heroin in the show. He calls it heroin.
Heroin.
It really is oddly sad at different points. You know what I mean? Because you see a guy who lost his entire world. He lost his family. He lost his neighborhood. He lost any momentum, and now he's back into it. And yes, it is a comedy, but it does make me sad.
I know. I've had like a couple really sad moments in that show, but it is.
I think I had one where I really cried. Watching it, I started crying. And that's because I was hungry. Oh,
she doesn't want you to talk anymore. She thinks you're done.
Julia, come on.
I'm sorry. She threw my microphone away.
She did not want you to speak anymore.
What's her problem?
She's a very disturbing child. She's disturbed.
She's an active baby.
I get it.
Come on,
Juliet.
She knocked it over again.
She's a genius to know how a mic stand works.
She's swole.
She had a little smile when she did it, too.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she? She did something wicked.
She ain't too good.
She's like having Sandman on the show. She doesn't like what you're saying. Vito, you get to go next. What is your TV show of the year?
As much as I love Atlanta, I thought Barry was a better show this year. I thought Barry was the funniest show on TV this year by far. It shared a director with Atlanta, Hiro Murai, who's incredible. But Hader's so good, and Henry Winkler is amazing on the show, and he got an Emmy for it this year. Hey, I gave it to the Fonz, you know?
Hey, I'm a guinea. Hey.
That doesn't sound like the Fonz at all.
What's Fonzie saying?
I'm a fucking wop. Hey.
Oh my God.
I'm a guinea. Give me some stromboli. Hey.
First of all, he's Jewish.
Be yum. Oh.
He's Jewish.
Oh, yummy.
You're
yummy.
scaring her. You're scaring the baby.
Julia, I'm sorry.
It's just me, Chris.
Maybe if you have a toaster.
Juliet, all right. Excuse me,
Hey, don't
Juliet.
say that.
Come on.
Juliet, I apologized, okay? Look, all right, look.
I know that bad man isn't going to get you.
I'm a good man, you know?
You seen a monster, didn't you? You saw a whiskey monster. I know, it's so frightening. He's coming to get you. You're not good. Whiskey monster's going to get you.
Juliet,
Yeah, whiskey monster's going to get you.
I don't feel good talking to a baby, but Juliet, you know what? This is to you. Juliet.
All right, put the whiskey down.
I'll say
No more
this,
whiskey.
though.
No more drinking for you.
Mm.
Earl went and picked the last OG. And Vito turned around and walked past Atlanta and picked Barry. And I have the feeling that Atlanta's not going to make the top 5 this year. Not going to make the top 5. Chris Stanley, who do you have drunkenly? Who would you like to drunkenly pick?
I would like to drunkenly pick one show in its second season for the year of 2018, which is Crashing. Crashing.
His third season coming up.
Yeah, well, no, for 2018 though, it's the second season. I'm fucking picking this.
Okay.
2018, Judd Apatow, Pete Holmes, Artie Lang, and a plethora of other comedians who have come in to fucking support that show. To have made that show so good.
You know what's fun? You know what's funny? This
What's
stop
fun?
being fun.
This is-
To me, this is the this is the funny part. Well, you like cringe humor.
For me.
Gail, and you could lose the baby just for fucking being in the same room with him.
Oh my god.
But what are you picking?
I don't know what's going on with these other drunks, but I feel like you absolutely have to pick Atlanta as the best comedy TV show.
I'm so mad. I wanted to have him have it fucking not happen, just to cause him for that. Yeah, I mean it's making number 1 on most people's list.
It's an absolutely brilliant show. The performances are incredible. I feel like it's Donald Glover's year in a lot of ways. But I'm a huge fan, and it's one of the few shows, comedy TV shows, that I'm really enjoying.
Donald Glover, I'm gonna get you pregnant. All right, I'm going to pick mine. By the way, you can go over and vote on the Interrobang.com, the iBang.com to make this all happen. You know, I've been loving Lodge 49 all season long. Can't get you guys to even give it a look. So I'm going to pick as the number 1 show of the year, Sally Forever. It's very... Thanks. Have any of you guys seen it?
Not yet.
It's incredibly dark show. Here's the basic premise. There's this woman, dull woman, leading a dull life. She's engaged to the most fucking annoying person I've ever seen in my life. But then she meets a exciting lesbian, and they have an affair. This is our first episode stuff. And then that woman becomes the most annoying person. I think I've made it up to episode 4. There's only 2 episodes left this season. Episode 4 was the funniest thing I've seen on TV this year. It's, I'm going to try, I guess it's like Eastbound and Down with British women in it. It's, there is a gross out sex scene like I've never seen before, and I was laughing like a little girl. All right, so it's on HBO, Sally Forever. I know you guys don't speak English, but it is an English comedy.
Okay.
And I think you're going to like it. All right, it's all up on the iBang. Go and vote. Vote early, vote often.
And vote now. And while you do, we'll be listening to our favorite stand-up comedians, picking Breakout Stand-Up Comedian of 2019.
I think the breakout comic of 2019 is going to be a comic that's kind of already broken out. So this would be a re-break. And I have a good track record because I said last year's breakout comic would be Joe Bartnick. And sure enough, he really was. Played Madison Square Garden with Bill Burr. I'd say that's a pretty big 2018 for Joe. This year I'm going to go for my old buddy Tom Green. He's been out headlining the comedy clubs all over America, and it looks like they're bringing back the old Tom Green TV show, which I actually worked on many years ago. So I think Tom is going to have a big year. Go Tom.
All right, next up, Jim Florentine.
My pick for breakout comedian this year is Paul Virzi. I just saw him open for Bill Burr at Madison Square Garden in front of 17,000 people and killed. His Comedy Central special is amazing. He's a great dude. Everyone loves him. He's a killer on stage. And that's the guy that's going to hit the next level next year. He's a great guy. Everyone loves him, and I'm really happy for him. So Paul Virzi is my pick.
Here comes D. Gaines, Der Gaines.
Hey, what's going on? I think the breakout comedian of 2019 will be no other than Reggie Conquest, because I think he may be the most naturally funniest dude in New York City. So when he takes his mind out of it and just takes that natural ability to the stage, he will be funnier. Mark my fucking words. He'll be funnier than everybody. He's the new Tracy Morgan. The new guy is Reggie Conquest. All right?
Beth Stelling.
I think the breakout comedian of 2019 is going to be Natasha Rothwell, because she's so hilarious on Insecure as her character Kelly, and she just thinks to deal with HBO. So great things to come.
And the very last person picking out their breakout comedian of the year is the always funny, the legendary Robert Kelly.
This is Robert Kelly, a.k.a. Bobby Kelly, a.k.a. Bob. And you want to know my breakout comedian of the year for 2019? And some of you might think this is odd. Some of you might think it's, not right. But I'm going to say the person that's going to have the most successful year as a comedian this year. Finally, just do it. And it's gonna be a great year for this man. Sorry, it's not a woman. I know it just goes against everything, but it's a man. I think it's Rich Voss. I think 2019 is finally going to be his year. Finally, he's going to move up and do small theaters and maybe A clubs. Move out of the restaurants and the coffee places and little alternative weird places he does around. He's going to actually start just, performing at regular A clubs and small theaters with the help of, if I'm on the show or Ron's on the show or Jim Florentine, if we're on it together, we can, he'll do theaters. But other than that, I think it's going to be great. And I think this is his year. 2019, it took a long time. He's 62. So a long time, but I think, with him dressing like a Mexican drug gang leader and in the hats and the car and the help of his wife being so hilarious and really talented, this is finally going to be his year. Rich Voss, 2019.
Well, let me just say this. To all the other comedians out there, you see how it's done?
Yes.
You see how Bobby, a.k.a. Bob, does things? And Voss, be careful. Don't get too happy. He's got a bucket of pig's blood, and he's going to put it on you as soon as you're made prom queen. All right, let's get into the scandals of the year. The scandals of the year. Right now, 23 of them, and everybody jumps in. Chris Stanley, I know that you've been enjoying yourself today, and because of the drinking, I'd like you to stay out of this segment, please.
All I want to do is just talk about the scandals and the
Can I just say
fucked-ups.
something?
Yeah, what's up, Ron?
Been having a little bit of trouble with you.
What? Why?
So it'd be better because
why, Ron?
You're
Seriously, why?
You're unmanageable.
What the fuck have I done? Come on. I just
drank.
Look, I've been enjoying a fucking liter of fucking Jameson. All right, look, it's mostly gone, and I wanted to let you know, Ron, that I just know what I'm doing when I drink this.
All right, so this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, and that's why
I just want to play some production, Ron. All right, okay? All right,
gotta play your
seriously,
production.
just let me play.
Play your production.
And now, the scandals and controversies of 2018.
Happy now?
Yes. Yeah, I am, Chris. Thank you.
Good.
All right, this was one when all the comedians, right off the bat, and this is number 23, when all the comedians turned their back on the New Yorker Festival because they were going to do an interview with Steve Bannon.
Oh, God forbid.
Yeah.
God forbid Steve Bannon gets a fucking interview.
And then
Sticking up for Steve Bannon.
Yeah, I really am. Yeah, Gail. Okay.
I would say this, Gail, for all the guys that are supposed to be for free speech, let them interview Bannon. They weren't going to put him over. He wasn't going to become the next president. The comic strip owners are in a legal battle with each other. This was a funny one. Jim Gaffigan had all the craft beer makers mad at him because he made fun of craft beer.
Yeah, fuck those pussy craft beer
All
fucking
right.
brewers or whatever. Like I like Coors Light.
Denver host shamed T.J. Miller when he came out to do a set. This is another scandal we forgot about when David Cross made fun of Mormon underwear.
We all
and
can do that.
everybody got upset
Yeah.
with him.
He's a fucking never dude. Why the fucking why would they bother with this?
Chris,
what?
please, please take a little break for yourself. Take a little.
Why would I
nappy time.
break?
Because
why would I
I'm-
break at this fun time?
I know, because I'm on a schedule, and all these they would have to be commented on. I don't see Earl doing all this
because Earl's weak, Ron. Okay, that's the problem. Earl's weak.
I'm also sober.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, Earl. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm man enough to fucking have a drink every now and then.
The baby's getting scared, Chris.
Here, Chris. Come
Juliet,
on.
you know what? Just for you, I'm sorry. But Earl can fuck himself.
All right, don't say that to a baby, dude.
Juliet, I apologize for that ladder remark.
The what?
Ladder remark.
Seth Rogen had the blackface kid as a stand-in on his movie.
I'm in blackface right now. What's the big problem?
He's not. I'm pointing that out. That's a
He's
joke.
not.
He's not.
Don't
And
tell people that,
blackface. Here's one. The Tonight Show banned Norm Macdonald after doing Howard and saying something that they deemed insensitive.
Fuck them.
They did not have him on. That's funny because you picked them as your favorite fucking show, Chris. So, who's talking to you out the other side of their mouth?
Did you forget about games and celebrities?
Outside of that part of the fucking entire program, I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
All right. This might be the last year that we do drinking during this special.
No, more drinking.
Okay.
More.
This was an awful one. A fan punched Nick DiPaolo
Oh, that
in the
wasn't
face.
good.
Remember
I hate
that?
them. I want to protect Nick DiPaolo as much as I possibly can.
This is the one I forgot about. Brandon Sagalow was on stage at Caroline's, and Amy said to him, "Brendan, you mind if I go up and do 5 minutes?" And everybody acted like she ruined his fucking career.
No.
Rather than getting him known for the first time ever.
Sagalow should fucking thank Schumer for that fucking wonderful thing that happened. Not
her cousin.
Chuck, Gail.
That's
Come
her
on.
cousin. Namesh Patel was asked to leave a comedy show, and I say asked to leave when he was playing Columbia College. They cut off his mic, and then somebody came and walked him off the stage because he said the hardest thing is to be black and gay.
It's disgusting.
Oh, on what side are you?
I'm on the mesh's fucking
Oh, okay.
side. If I was the mesh, I would have taken my dick out and just showed this is what it's like to be black and gay.
You're really cool.
By the way, that's a different story completely, Chris. That'll come up later.
Look, this Jameson's telling me what to say, all right?
That's just not true.
It totally is.
A whiskey can't tell you right dialogue for you, Chris.
This liquids. All right.
This is one of my favorite stories of the year at JFL Variety Top 10 show. The Southern comic was running down the other comics, and everybody was yelling at him backstage and ready to beat him up.
They should
and he
have.
went running out with a very stiff butt look.
Yeah,
You know what
because
I
he
mean?
was a scumbag Southerner.
He looked.
But that guy should have even been there. Like, seriously, come on, JFL.
Chris, this is why I ask you, please.
I apologize.
One of the big stories of the year is Artie Lang has kept us all entertained by being in, being out, being in, being out, and leaving the Comey show. Everybody loves Artie Lang. We all hope the best for him. Katt Williams versus Tiffany Haddish comes in at number 11.
I'm on Katt Williams' side.
And then who did he pull the gun on?
So he went on a radio show and he insulted the co-host of the show, then got into an argument with her husband.
Good.
Pulled a gun on that guy outside of a comedy club.
Okay, just radio, Katt.
No, Katt was totally justified in
We
everything
don't
he
do
did.
radio wars with actual weapons.
Just legal carry's fine.
Kevin Hart's old tweet ruined his Oscar night, and rather than apologize, he dropped out as host of the Oscars.
Why didn't he apologize immediately?
Well, he apologized after he dropped out. He goes, "I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me, whatever." But this helps when you have $162 million to say, "I don't give a fuck what you want me to do." Kurt Metzger, that was a big thing. I forgot about that last year. People thought because he was on First Amendments that he was a pro-rape comic.
Yeah.
And he took a lot of shit, so much that he actually moved out to the West Coast.
Yeah, and by the way, most, like, if you call someone pro-rape, that's just rapist, really.
Yeah.
Like, it's harsh.
Right, you could just say rape comic. You don't even need to say pro. Samantha Bee called Ivanka a feckless cunt. And the interesting thing is feckless is now part of our jargon. It's made it was like an 1800s thing to say.
100%.
Now everybody is saying it. TJ Miller and the train incident. He's
I'm
trying
pro
to work
TJ.
that out.
I'm pro TJ.
Pete Davidson tried to make a star out of Dan Crenshaw, a guy who actually the things that Kevin Hart is accused of, Dan Crenshaw wants to make sure gay people don't get a cake if they don't want to, they don't have to be allowed into your restaurant.
Yeah.
He's pro for that. But Saturday Night Live turned him into an eye-patched hero. Michelle Wolf, I mean, she brought down the house so much that they're not using comedians anymore at the press dinner.
And her show got canceled, so that's shitty.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Thank you. Quite a few of the sex scandals: Hardwick, Aziz, TJ, Woody Allen, Still, and Dan Harmon.
Points.
3. This goes to show.
Points.
This goes to show you how crazy the world is. Cosby going to jail is only number 3. Yeah. And that was the hardest thing in your life, Earl?
That was a tough one. I thought it was the story of the year. I mean, think about it. Bill Cosby is in prison right now.
Yeah.
And we'll probably be there for the rest of his life.
Who cares? He's going to die in prison, sucking off some dude, whatever. It's fine.
Why does it always turn back into gay rape with prison talk?
It really does, though.
You're the one who said it.
You said you're gonna suck off some dude.
Number 2.
Oh, shit.
Roseanne got pulled down off of her own show. It's hard to believe. And now the Fabulous Connors show is watched by nobody.
She did it to herself, Ron. All right, she gave it away.
The bitch was white.
That's a pretty good impression, and one that's scary enough to a baby, I would guess.
Your political
I were
standing
the
is-
head of ABC, and she fucking tweeted that out, I'd
What
say.
did she tweet out that had you so mad?
Peter has a point. You're all over the map.
Isn't that refreshing? He doesn't fall into any camp.
Yeah, really, Gail. Come on. I don't have a baby in your hands. But come on.
There's no reason to attack me.
Yeah, I'm sure you're the top of the fucking pops or whatever the fuck. But you know what? I know that fucking
Hey,
Rose.
Grace, maybe you're drinking too much.
Yeah, I think I'm drinking just enough, Ron.
All right,
I'm trying to expose everyone for what they're doing.
Tied for number 1, the protest at the Comedy Cellar. 2 people showed up, but it makes national news.
No, are you a protester?
But
Are you booing their booze?
No, I'm booing the protesting of the Comedy Cellar. Gail.
But I think of what's been interesting here,
Yeah.
as Gnome has replaced fucking Louis C.K. as the person taking the most shit.
Yeah.
It's about Gnome for letting him go up. Craziness. We live in crazy times. And that is tied with Chris Stanley ruining our year-end special
sorry, Ron.
by
Come on.
over-drinking, threatening, and trying to start trouble.
I
It
just
was
I just want everyone to fucking enjoy themselves and
Enjoy
literally live a life with a Jameson bottle of whiskey.
No. We'll write that on your tombstone, okay?
I'm probably gonna be cremated.
And remember,
You write that on your urn?
Weird dark thing
I
to
know.
bring up.
I mean, come on. Why would I be fucking buried? I mean, real. I mean, I know I want to be in a mausoleum, but I know it's not gonna happen.
Chris, I was joking. Before you get into the details.
I apologize,
But now
Ron.
that I know your wishes, I will try to help you
Yeah.
out with that.
No, I'm putting you in a casket now.
I don't want to put a financial burden on anyone.
I'm spending thousands.
Guys,
look.
it's not supposed to get serious. Let's not get too serious about it.
Let's get totally serious, Ron. I mean, let's get
Well, the
real
show's over.
fucking. I know the show ain't
But I
over
mean,
until
it's
we
running
say
over.
it. Oh,
We're
is it?
over time, yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
So I know you're a producer.
Apologize.
It's something you should care about.
Well, I'm plaster drunk.
All right. Well, this has been for 2018 the year in comedy.